Diet Coke. Well, actually, my Coke. I don't believe in diet. We got the whole BMT crew, and I'm bootlegging it. Damn, I'm dark as fuck. Shit. All right.
Yes, you are.
I should have been on Us, as dark as I am. I should.
Oh my god.
But regardless of the bullshit, we're here to have the talk with the whole crew. All are welcome who want to come on the panel. So
no, everyone. No. Everyone is not welcome.
Not welcome.
Oh,
some people come
well,
in
I
just
guess I've been voted that everyone's not welcome. Thank you. I guess I got voted out on that one.
Look,
Okay,
I don't need some fucking like straight laced assholes always trying to fuck shit up for everybody. All right.
Fair enough.
Talking for half the show. So
okay, so back to what I was gonna say. The title that I good came up with, Black Man with Penis Should Lead and a woman with tight badge should cook. I thought it was pretty good. Was that good?
Not really, but okay.
Somebody asking you to email them or email them the link.
Email them the link.
Wasn't that Game Changer?
I'm on. As you guys come on in, please like the video. Jay's mostly she's gonna be over the moderating the chat. I can't do multiple things. Pretty much who you see up here is predominantly majority of the BMT crew. Usually I can't be everywhere all times, but I have
you can't.
Huh?
I said what? You can't.
No, man. Not when I'm eating.
I thought you worked miracles.
Now when I'm eating pork skins and half drunk and damn watching Little Mermaid.
Oh, you're only half drunk? Okay, give it about 30 minutes.
Whatever. I'm still good. I'm on my A game when I sober up. When I want to sober up. These damn YouTubers are be attacking me all the time. Ooh, who's that girl? Who's that lady?
Don't do that. I need to comb my hair. I just took some braids out.
I took my braids out too.
Oh God.
So let's go ahead. Let's talk about it. Do we overhype over who should be leading the house nowadays, or is it a clear cut? It's anybody's table right now.
Can I start with this one?
Yes, you may.
Okay. First off, in today's economy, who's ever doing good should be doing good. If you're both doing good, that's fine. Doesn't matter if you got a dick or a vagina. Okay? If you can handle a fucking household on your own with your paycheck, taking care of other people, that's great. I don't care what the fuck you have beneath your fucking legs. Okay? So it doesn't matter to me who leads as long as there's leadership. And if there is leadership, it's okay if it's shared between two peoples. It's okay if one does it before the other. As long as you guys can handle your shit, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, honestly, does it really matter? Really? Does it?
No, you're absolutely right. And there lies the problem, is that too many men want to be on this like submission thing. Oh, she must submit. It's like I can't submit to you when I'm paying half.
Thank you.
Foremost.
Right.
And unfortunately, the way things are set up these days, let's be realistic. Most people can't hold the entire household on their own. And when I say an entire household, I mean like husband, wife, kids, and all the bills that are associated with that. Like the majority of people aren't doing that on their own, just in general. So, folks want these 1950s housewives in 2019, and it's not happening.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're making Great Depression money.
Right.
It's really that fucking simple.
Okay. Lycan, are you there?
I am,
Lycan?
but I don't really have a comment for this.
Okay, that's fair enough. We also have Game Changer. Welcome, Game Changer. to the BMT. I guess it would be Friday night fuckery or recklessness. Yeah, this would be our reckless night.
Today
So-
is Friday. People forgot that today's Friday.
Damn, and I'm still sober as fuck. So
God
shit,
damn, and it's 10:30. Wow.
fuck, man. I'm losing in life right now. I would bring on the cold, but the cold is trying to prove that the Dominican Republic is still a sovereign country that does not kill black people. So for right now, we're going to just leave her be right now. Passing over to Game Changer. Game Changer. The question that we're asking everyone is so far, black man with penis should lead and woman with tight vag should cook. Game Changer edition.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that they necessarily should cook, but they should follow the men's lead in most cases. Of course, there's anomaly, but the vast majority of household functions better in that dynamic.
And
Also,
what type of
communities
household?
and
What
Let
type
him
of
finish.
household functions? Well, I just had a question for him to elaborate. What type of household functions is he referring to?
well, as the question stated, where the man leads and the woman follows.
That
But
wasn't
what
that wasn't
scenarios
my
are we
question, but
talking?
go ahead.
Well, what
What
types are they? I
yeah,
don't understand
what
what you're
type
asking.
scenarios are you talking about that they required a woman to follow and a man to lead? Because in all honesty, those scenarios can be variable. It's not even a situation of, oh, I'm a man and this is my situation. It's this is a situation and we have to deal with it. So that's why the question is asked. What scenarios are you actually referring to?
Well, I'm not
Is
going to answer that
there
question.
because you don't have one, but it's all right.
Okay, yeah, call it that. So anyway, society
Prove me
functions
wrong.
Mobile,
society
chill.
functions
Mobile,
better
chill.
when that's the case. History has proven that societies have been built on patriarchy. And if we want to continue to build our society, then we would follow suit.
Okay. Okay. So we're looking at it. We're
Can
looking at it
somebody
like
mute their phone or their TV or?
that ain't my TV. Okay. Yeah, everybody just mute.
Look, y'all hit me up while I was monster hunting, all right? No
Mute your
shame.
TV.
that is fair. That is fair, Mobu. That is fair. We did hit you out. You're the monster hunter. I will be on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After I watch the mermaid. So
Mm-mm.
all right. So when we're looking at this, we're seeing that it's 2019,
Right.
and I'm seeing it where a lot of men, from what I've been reading, and I just did a show on it, don't want to necessarily be in the household, or they're more so afraid of the woman taking whatever resources that they got. Should that be somebody who should lead if he's afraid of his counterpart?
No.
Or I would want to pass that. Are men nowadays fearful that the woman can destroy everything that they have nowadays? And
They
I would
gotta
ask
have
why.
something to destroy, though. They gotta have something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, they had okay, it's like the gentleman said earlier today on your show, which I totally agreed with. Like if a man see where his woman is doing what she has to do and doing her thing, follow suit. I mean, a woman have to see a man follow suit. You know what I mean? So I don't you have to be able to have something to get respect from me. I can't speak for other women, but I'm sure a lot of them agree with me. When this whole submissive thing, it can work. It can definitely work. And I'm not saying that a man have to make more than me, but at least he need to stand toe to toe with me on certain things. So I can't listen to you when your stuff is not in order. You kind of see what I'm saying? So that's where it comes from with me when I say that I can't be submissive. You have to show me some type of, I have to see good dick, pardon my French, is not going to pay the mortgage, is not going to help me do anything around my house, because like right now I pay all of my bills. I pay my mortgage, I pay my car note, I do everything. I take care of everything. So a man will have to be able to come in here, and he does not have to make as much as I do, but I need to see you stepping up, doing something to where you can contribute to this home.
In order to be
If
called
not, I
daddy, you
can't.
have to be a
Wait,
man that requires. In order to be called a daddy, you got to be a man that's worth being called daddy. That's how I've always been told,
Correct.
and that's how
Right.
I feel.
Right.
okay, well, Cutie Pie, have you ever? I'm trying to
Did
figure
you
out what you
just?
were saying because before you said that he has to make as much as you, and then
Or,
later in
or,
the
or can go toe to toe with me. See, that's where it comes in with you being able to manage your finances. And you don't have to make as
okay,
much as I do. So let me correct that. Let me correct that. I'll make a correction on that. Because sometimes a lot of in these relationships nowadays, a lot of men don't make as much as women. Like similar to what you guys, well, I don't know what you want to call earlier today, but
no,
yeah, sometimes these women, we are making more than men. We are making more than our men, and not saying that where everybody's all women are doing that, but they are, and
well,
but if a man know how to
Cutie Pie, have you
handle,
ever been with a man who made more money than you?
yes, I have. Yes,
Did you
my ex,
submit to him?
yes, I did,
Why did that relationship end?
because of me, because I'm spoiled.
Please
Yeah,
elaborate.
right. I'm spoiled, and some things that I did in the relationship because I was so used to things going the way I want them to go. But I'm not saying that we have
So
issues
it is
right
safe to
now.
say with that last.
Wait. Excuse me. You want somebody else to elaborate, but you couldn't elaborate on our questions. Go ahead, cutie pie. Don't
So,
elaborate
Yeah,
on his
it
but
questions.
wasn't our question; it
really,
was his
to be
question. But
honest with
anyway,
you, to be honest with you, I don't mind answering your question. It's no problem with that. But do we still communicate now? Of course we do. But the thing is, sometimes we have to grow. I don't care if I make $100,000 a year. If I am still in a place to where I'm stubborn and I want to do things my way, then it's not going to work. So
okay,
sometimes
so it's
it
not.
goes within, but it has nothing to do with me not being submissive to him. It's
Yes,
other
it has
person.
everything to do with
No,
that.
it
See,
does
cutie pie,
not.
when
No,
given,
it does not.
cutie
Not when you
pie, cutie
have
pie,
your own personal,
as you
when you have your
stated, when given the opportunity to submit to someone who makes more than you denied that opportunity because you are quote unquote spoiled. You're used to having things your way, which means that it's not a matter of economics that is making you refuse to submit. It's a matter of sheer cultural desire to not
listen,
submit.
listen to
Wait,
me.
That is making you and millions of other women who look like you very unappealing to men.
So does
now I
your
got
woman
now.
submit to
I
you,
got.
Game
Hang on.
Changer? I have a
I got a
Yes.
question. Hang on. Let me ask a question. Cutie pie, if you don't mind me asking, did he know that you was a spoiled? Did he know you was a spoiled
Yes,
individual?
he
Wait,
knew
wait,
what
wait. So
he knew what he was getting into when we first started dating. And Joe, you
right.
know our story. But
Okay, okay. No, no.
but
I got you. I got you.
I,
So
you
hang
know
on,
the
hang on, hang
story.
on.
So basically, what this gentleman is talking about, it goes deeper than that. So he doesn't know, but you know, Joe, but he doesn't. So I'm not going to go into full detail, but I will just say I am a tad bit spoiled because I have been by myself. I don't have any kids, and it's been all about me. So, but we're going to leave it at that. It has nothing about it has nothing to do with me not being submissive to him or anything like that because he adores me. So
So
that's not an issue. I was the problem because some things that I wanted, which had nothing to do with me being submissive, we took care of this household together. We did a lot of things. It was me, but that's neither here nor there. You asked me, was I submissive to him? Yes, I was.
Okay.
Okay.
But then
so
you weren't.
so
And
let me
that's
look at
because you were
this.
spoiled and you're used to having your own way. That's not what submission is.
But hold
See,
on, let me look at this. So the thing about it was, and this is something I call for the man. So the man knew you were spoiled. So did he think that by him having money and certain status that he could conquer you just that?
Well, I don't think so. I don't really think that was the case with us. I mean, we were engaged to be married. I don't think that was the case. I just feel
Mhm.
that, like I stated, I brought some of my issues into the relationship, but it had nothing again to do with me being submissive at all. I can't. I can't say that because I will say that I was submissive when it came to a lot of things in our household. Nothing that he's ever asked of me, I never said no. I had my own issues, but it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing at all to do with that.
So
So unfortunately, I'm sorry, I can't say that. I can't take
you straight,
ownership
you straight.
to not being submissive. Sorry.
No, there's a lesson. There's a lesson in that I want to teach men. See, the thing about it is, men, when we get money and we get to a certain position in life, we believe that even when a woman says, "Listen, you fuck with me, I'm that bitch. I'm going to fuck you up." And normally, men say, I can conquer you. I got this. I got this. And then what happens is, then we later on see him. I can't believe she was like that. She totally blindsided me. What the fuck? Like, I'm like, nigga, she literally told you she was that bitch. Like, what did you think was gonna happen, nigga? Like, she told you she was Thanos. Like, what the fuck? Like, how'd you think the equation was gonna go down for you? Like you should at least, I don't know, like sometimes we gotta let people get their shit together before we start talking about relationship. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say, like, the thing about it is, if I only tell somebody, listen, you're getting with me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I pop pills and I'm an alcoholic. Oh, don't worry about it, baby. I can heal you. I can save you. You know what I'm saying? When I lay this coochie on you, you're gonna be, I'll get you right. All right, bitch. All right. I don't want to hear shit when your DVD player disappear and shit. Like, I told you about the fuckery. And sometimes people hear and they get the signs, but they say, fuck the signs. I'm still going to go head in first. But then I'm like, I can't believe you were like that. Well, what the fuck did you expect, my nigga? Like, I just told you I'm the devil. The devil don't lie to you. They just tell you straight up what the fuck you getting into. Go.
I have a question for the men who are talking about submission. What is the definition of submission?
Good question. Good question.
Game
I
changer.
have a question that will
Answer
go along
mine
with
first.
this. But
No,
who here is
answer mine
actually a
first.
dom?
No. Answer my question. What is the definition of submission?
Who asked they a dog?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I'm actually not going to answer that question either.
Oh God.
Why are you here then?
You're not doing a very good job of being
Well,
here, are you?
I could ask you the same question. Why are you here if you don't know the definition
Because
of
Joe
submission?
paid. No. I do know the definition. You
Okay,
listen
then
very
then
closely
do
to
not
what I'm
ask.
saying.
Then do not ask
Listen
questions
very
you know the
closely.
answer
Okay.
to.
No. That's not my question.
Mhm.
What I said. What
You know what he
is
be doing.
your definition of submission?
Yeah,
is
I'm
what
not
I
going to
said.
give you mine.
What?
We're going to go with yours.
No, I want to hear yours.
I would
Yeah,
like to
I
hear
know.
I would like to hear your definition also.
I do too.
Okay, you know.
Majority rules.
No, I mean, I want to clone Rihanna and have a threesome.
That's not submission. That's incel
Well,
shit. Next.
You can
That's
also hit up on
that's
Twitter.
fantasy.
Like a lot of people do it. I've even hit up Rihanna for a threesome. It doesn't really work. Well, she'll say that's cute. So yeah, you can try. I mean, you can put in your shot. All right. So
Yeah,
answer
the
it now.
point is that we don't always get what we want. I don't want to answer that question.
Joe, I don't see why he needs to be on the show. But
Yeah.
okay,
This is
go
why
ahead, Joe.
this is why we said not everyone's welcome, bro.
Damn.
Okay, fair enough. If Joe, if you like, I can leave.
Yeah,
All right.
game changer. I don't have anything against
Joe,
you. But
if you would like, I can leave.
All right, game. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, game changer. I mean, I was like,
No, better yet, stick around.
You want him to stick around?
No.
Yeah, stick around. No.
Joe,
Let him stick
if
around.
you would like, I can leave.
No.
You just want him
I
to
mean,
not
the thing
answer
about
any
it,
more
like,
questions? Everything he's gonna say, I don't want to answer it. So I don't feel that he needs to be
because
here.
I mean I sit here and answer every question because I don't really
That's
care.
why I told you to stop answering his questions.
Yeah, because I mean
he's not
I
gonna answer
don't
it.
mind answering.
Well, no,
I don't mind.
here's the thing about. I pause, guys. The thing about it here on BMT, we're not afraid to answer questions
No,
because
not at all.
we're not afraid of our truth. That's what makes us
Right.
great. So
Right.
We done talked about
and,
that.
I'm great. And I'm totally great.
We know everybody on this panel is like living the best of their life and doing everything amazingly. So I wouldn't have everybody here. Like I brought you here, Game Changer, so that way you literally can get access to men and women who literally from all different specs, from military to doggone alternate lifestyle to business to corporation to owners. Like, we all are here to literally sit down and actually have an open conversation. Granted, they literally said, fuck this conversation. Let's talk about fuckery. But I said, no, let's actually do this conversation because I don't know. Maybe you did bring up like, hey, as a man, a woman shouldn't challenge a man's leadership. So literally, these women are literally asking you a question about your leadership, but you say, I don't want to answer. So I don't know, man, because I'm like, yo, like, are you going to answer or you're like going to like, I'll ask them questions, but I don't want to answer them questions. But then you'll also play my videos over on your panel and you'll play it with the Black Brain Trust. So I'm like, yo, answer some of these questions, man, because I want to drink and have a good time.
Yeah, and then you got the audacity to say that that's why men don't like women that look like you. What you mean by that? That's
You
what I
have the
want to know.
unmitigated gall to say that, and we don't even know what you look like.
I will answer that. And by look like you, I'm not really talking about your individual facial makeup or anything like that.
No, you talking about black women. Just say that shit.
Yeah,
shit.
I'm talking about black women when I say women that look like you. So basically, because men who strive to live in a functional household and a functional society seek submissive women, and black women have created a reputation of refusal to submit, black women have become very undesirable to men who seek submissive women.
How should a woman submit?
I got a question.
How should a woman
call for being rebellious? Like, literally, white women do more rebellious shit than black women most of the time.
Yes,
absolutely.
they do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A white woman will fuck your best friend and send you a text about it.
Once again, your own jokes are funny to you, I see.
I was laughing at Mobile. I don't know.
Okay. So once again, we're talking about ethnic.
I was the guy in the photo text, so I should know.
Okay, well, game changer. Listen, okay, when you say that we don't, black women will submit, but the thing is, you have to have a reason to submit. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you had a reason to submit, and you still refused
to be called daddy. You gotta be a man that's being worth called daddy.
Okay.
I cannot submit if I can't take you serious at this, at certain points in life. I mean, if I don't see growth, and it doesn't take long to see someone's motivation and growth. If I don't see growth in a man, then hell no, I can't do that. I'll play with you for a little while, but if I don't see where you're trying or anything, I can't submit to you. I can't do that. In my past relationship, let's leave that out of it because it's a little bit deeper than what we're talking about here. The submission part, I don't mind talking about because I was submissive to him. But we had other issues along with that. It had nothing to do with being submissive or me not being submissive. We both had our own issues. So at that point, even though I was one of the main causes, just because of some of my ways, and which is okay. It is okay for a woman to be spoiled. It is okay. You just never, because you got to think about it. Like I've stated before, being by myself, and plus it just comes from a long line of things, family and everything. So that has nothing to do with that. But my point is what we're speaking about right now, today, right now, on this Friday. No, I will not be submissive to a man that I feel does not deserve it. And I don't care if the sex is good. You could get good sex anywhere, but that's not going to make me, because that's what the topic says.
Cutie Pie, have you ever been with a man that you felt deserved submission?
Only one man.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that, Cutie Pie. Don't answer no more of his questions.
Okay. Well, I've answered all of yours, Cutie Pie. So,
no, you have not answered one question, sir.
Okay, you gonna stop calling my ladies Cutie Pie, bro? Because you
that's her name, Maurice. That's her. That's her. I mean, that's
my bad. Sorry about that. You just call me white motherfucker.
But Cutie, don't answer any more of his questions until he answers one of ours.
Actually, I will answer one of yours, Cutie Pie. Now, as far as the one guy that you came across that you say was worthy of your submission, I'm assuming that's the same guy, right? The one that out-earned you?
Right.
I mean, we keep coming back to this. You said the reason that you broke up was a refusal to submit.
No, I did not. I had other
Well, I'm
reasons.
I'm
It doesn't.
paraphrasing, but
Like
you
I feel
said
like
because you were
I'm
spoiled.
telling you, game
You
changer.
said that
Listen to me.
you said that you were
Yes,
spoiled and
yes,
set in your ways.
but I'm
Set
only
in your
talking
ways
about
is not
my
submission.
issues. I'm only
Set
talking about my issue. But I told you it was we both had issues in the relationship that we both needed to deal with. But I'd rather talk about me and not him. I'll just talk about
Mhm.
the things that he dealt with me.
Son of a
We both
bitch.
had issues in the relationship, but I just care not to go into because he's not here to defend himself. So I just want to talk about what Nikki did. You know what some issues that I had in the relationship. Okay.
Okay. Well,
So let me just talk about me. But yes, in the relationship, we both had some issues that we had to deal with. Okay. But I'm only talking about what I brought to the relationship that caused us issues was just my spoiledness, okay, and my selfishness. But that was what I brought. But he brought things too. So, but it had nothing about me being submissive to him because I was. But my reaction was to some other issues that were brought by him. But I don't want to go into that because, like I stated, he's not here to defend himself. But
okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
but is the relationship repairable? Yes, it is. It's repairable. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right.
Yes.
So taking this from an individual realm, though white women have their own set of fuckery, as people will say, and that's the whole white women do it too argument. Black women have a distinct reputation for being over aggressive and over assertive, and a distinct reputation for refusal to submit. That is what makes them, more than anything, less attractive, at least here in the United States. So there is a correlation. Men are attracted to submissive women. Men are attracted to functional women and ones who can provide functional households. Black women, you're only hurting yourself with your refusal to submit.
So you saying that
All right.
outside of my personal situation, okay? We're gonna get to the top.
Mhm.
So you're saying that a woman should still submit to a man, even if he's not worthy of being submissive to. And what I mean by that, and it's not only financially, but other issues too. I don't. Let me see if I can just throw something out there.
Mhm.
He could have addictions. You just never. But he's still a good man, but he got an addiction. And what I mean by good man, he's good to you. Just because he's not good to his own body, he's good to you. So you still feel that a woman should be submissive. It doesn't matter what, he could, no job, this, you see what I'm saying? So a woman should still be submissive. I'm just asking because a lot of men, they want to scream submissive, but they can't do, they can't do nothing for the woman. I mean, period. When I mean for the household, let me say that. You can I just heard a young lady the other day say, she engaged to a man that couldn't even put gas in her car. But then you want to holler submissive. You can't be submissive to a man like that. You shouldn't even want to be with a man like that.
Well, Cutie Pie, is he asking for submission?
No,
The
I'm
man
just
that can't
saying.
put gas in the car?
Well,
Because
I mean, I don't
it's
know.
really
I
not
don't
it's
know.
really but see, here's the thing, it's really not the drug addicted poor people that are complaining about the lack of submission from women, particularly black women. It's typically not branch that branch is comfortable sitting on the couch playing video games and gaining weight. It's the other group of men who are complaining about black women's lack of submission. And I should say Western women, but like I say, you have a distinct reputation of it. So I get the point. The straw men that you brought up are not worthy. I'm not really talking about those. A
Okay.
person must practice self-discipline before he can discipline others. And yes, if a man has practiced and mastered self-discipline, then you should follow his leadership.
So I would ask the question, Game Changer, are you dating anyone right now?
Yes, I am.
Are they
I'm
submissive to you?
sorry.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Give me
Now,
10 minutes with her and she'll walk away.
okay.
Yes, she will walk away from you.
Nah,
Now,
baby, you don't know who you're talking about.
now, now, now
Okay.
the thing about it is she black?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So why would you get with a Western black woman if you say that, black Western women are a certain type of way? I'm
Well,
just,
she's actually not Western, but I
So is she
didn't
a Black
say
American? I guess is how you should have worded it, Joe. Is she a Black American?
no, she is not. Once again. So,
So she's a mail order bride.
mm,
Possibly.
okay, no, she's not. Anyway, and now you know why I don't answer your questions. All right.
Why? Why don't you answer my questions? Did that make you uncomfortable? You should be proud of your woman. If she a
I
mail
am.
order bride, be proud of her. Why are you? Why are you getting your panties in a bunch? Be proud of your woman. Raise her up.
Okay, because your questions are designed to derail the conversation. Now, to
Joe
answer,
asked the
to
questions. I didn't ask the question. I just said, is she
okay,
an
okay,
American black woman?
yeah, and you asked a
Look at that.
series of
Your
questions.
hatred for black women runs so
Once
deep that you
again,
thought that I
Joe,
asked those questions, and Joe answered that question.
to answer your question, Joe, I do not discriminate based on a person's ethnic reputation. If an individual within the group of Western Black American women can show me that she is submissive, then I will allow her the opportunity of being with me. However, the rest of the world is not as forgiving.
Is it possible that this non-American black woman is submissive because she's trying to stay in the country?
She's here without my help.
Huh.
Okay, interesting.
Huh.
So, how long have you
how
been
long
with
you been
her?
dating?
I've known her for over a year, and we've been together maybe 2 months.
Okay,
That's
okay,
not
so
that.
okay,
It's still new. It's still
so
new.
it's
So,
new.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah,
mhm,
it's new. So, yeah.
okay. Well, congratulations.
Congratulate her. But yeah,
Congratulations,
I under
Well, you
congratulations.
know what? I'm going to congratulate you both. How about that?
okay, I greatly appreciate it.
You too much.
Congratulations.
But yeah, okay, that's great. All right, well, my dad has a mail order bride, and it reminds me, because he says the same thing about black women being submissive, and I disagree with him as well. But yeah, he has and that's why I feel so strongly about the whole being submissive thing, because I don't feel like my mom was not submissive, but what my mom was not going to do was let him treat her any kind of way. That was what she's not going to do, because my mom is just as educated as my father. And
Well,
one
as
thing
a
about my mother, she was not, my dad was gung ho on the submissive thing, but some of the things, which I won't get into their personal business, but I'm just going to share this. I feel that my dad took it there, and my mom was like, well, she was we lived with them, so she was submissive to my dad, but some of the stuff that my dad was talking was crazy. So, but of course, you find you a mail order bride. He met him someone in the Philippines. So, of course, he brought her here, and she does every. My daddy runs the whole. She has no say so in anything. But one thing about my mother, she was going to have say so on her kids as well. She disagrees when she disagreed with him when she had to, when she felt the need to, and sometimes some men, not saying you, game changer, but I'm just saying, when some men talk about this submissive stuff, it can go way to a whole nother level when it comes to being, when men talk about submissive, to where women, they don't want some women to make decisions, and no, and I feel like in a household, and I feel strongly about that too. In my household, I will make decisions along with him. Now, if he says something that I disagree with, I'm gonna disagree, and we'll agree to disagree, but it's not gonna happen. So I do feel like some men take this submission to a whole nother level, to where they feel like it's okay for a man to leave his home, and that biblically that is how it's supposed to be. But, and I don't know, that's just me because I go to church and I'm a Baptist. I don't know about you and I don't know about anybody else's religion. But for me, that's how we were raised in a Southern Baptist church. Of course, that you should be submissive to your husband, but a woman still should have her own mind and say so. And in my parents' marriage, I felt that my dad did not want my mother to have any say so, which was not going to happen because again, my mom had just as much sense as he does.
Well,
So
see, that's when you start getting. Hey, Joe, Joe,
Yeah.
BK wants to know if it's a call-in show.
Shit, BK, I don't even have the goddamn thing up, man. I'm right now on fucking goddamn, you see me looking like a goddamn Jamaican refugee and fucking drinking
Did you just get
Seagram.
off the boat yesterday?
I got chicken skin and goddamn Seagram. I'm literally trying to keep focus and everything. BK, shit, fuck.
No,
Send me
it
a,
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. He's just asking so he don't.
No. Ask whatever y'all want, and I will read it out. I'll read it out. This
Ask
is
it in the chat. Basically saying ask it in the chat.
ask it in chat, and I'll read it out. Yep.
Okay. Ask it in the chat. But I was gonna say this is where the whole to add to Cutie Pie's point is that this is where the whole. That's why I had asked earlier. I wasn't trying to be a snot. That's why I had asked earlier one's level of submission because I would say that I'm submission to a point, but I think in relationships, couples are submitting to each other. Meaning, yes, do I allow a man to lead? Yes. However, if there's a situation and I feel that said just for the sake of argument, if I feel that a man is putting me in some kind of danger, or if this situation might not be good for the home or something like that, I'm gonna speak up and say, hey babe, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea because X, Y, and Z.
right.
So, I mean,
So
determining your level of submission is not submission. Also, submitting to each other is also not submission. I think that a lot of women want to claim the
Wait.
reputation.
Pause. I got a question there. So, does a
Yep.
man ever submit to his wife?
He should.
A
because that's
man
what the
will
Bible says.
follow
That's what the Bible says.
where?
No, little husband
It
submit.
literally says that. Okay.
Where?
It
Where?
literally does say that.
Give
Husband
me a
submit to
second.
their
I'll pull
wives,
it. Give me
wives
about
submit to
2 minutes.
Pull it up,
Okay,
Jake.
thank you.
Okay. Now hold on.
Thank
Now
you.
look,
Anyway,
we got other people on the panel. So I want Lycan, do you got anything you want to add in? No? Shit. Damn, we got let's take it over to we got Mobu. Mobu, are you there? Fuck, he's
I'm
out
still
smoking.
here. No, I'm here.
Yeah,
Mobu.
yeah. See, Mogul
Mobu.
said, but just like Mogul said earlier today, is this basically when he started it off, he was stating that, he said the same thing about being basically submissive to each other as well. I mean, and
that's
I
not a
totally
real
agree
thing.
with him.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
Mobu, go ahead. Go ahead, Mobu. Now, Mobu, we've talked. Now, here's the thing about it. Okay, me, Mobu, Jay, and we had a former member. We all talked about a polyamorous type of lifestyle. Now, I'm pretty sure we played at a higher frequency more than everybody else. So, but in that type of lifestyle, submission goes around the table, fully around the table.
Yep.
That's a fully around the table. That's more than what most people actually deal with.
It's a
Like,
consortium of minds and hearts, not just one person leading the charge. And yes, there are occasions in polyamory where is the triad where the man is the lead and the two women do their own thing. But that, to me, that's not really true poly. You know what I'm saying? That's just the asshole living out his multiple woman fantasy. But
Hello.
yeah,
yes.
First Peter. I don't follow the Bible, but because for people who are using this from a biblical standpoint, I have to put it out there. First Peter chapter 3 verse 7.
yep.
Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as a weaker vessel, since they're heirs of the grace of life. There's another verse in Ephesians.
Wait. Honoring something is not submitting to it.
There's another verse in Ephesians. Okay, can I ask you a question since you're talking biblically? Did you have sex before marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, I
I'm
know
not
you
married now, and I
didn't.
have
I
sex
know
now.
you didn't do that. I know you didn't do that.
Hmm.
Of course he did.
So do you eat pork?
Yes,
Do
I
you
do.
wear okay?
No,
Do you
he
wear
does
mixed
not.
cloth?
Actually,
Do
I
you
don't. But
wear
I
mixed
think what you
cloth?
mean is, have I eaten pork? And the answer is
No, no, no,
yes.
no, 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 no. I'm not done. Do you wear mixed cloth?
I don't know what that
He,
is, but I probably
he
do.
probably
Like
is right now.
polyester and cotton? Do you eat
Yeah, sound like something I
I'm
do.
shit right now. I'm feeling good.
do you eat seafood?
My God.
Because all of
I'm,
that is in the Bible of things you should not do. So I
So you
find it
really can't pick and
interesting.
choose.
Exactly.
Right, yeah, you can't
You're
cherry
cherry
pick.
picking
Right, you
the
can't
Bible.
cherry pick.
wait,
Right,
wait, 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 wait. Excuse me. I did not bring up the Bible.
I
Well, you
did.
did because I asked you in the biblical sense and you agreed.
No, 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 no.
You
Cutie
agreed.
Pie,
You
Cutie Pie
you
brought
you
up the
agreed in the
Bible.
biblical sense.
Cutie Pie brought up the Bible, and she said
Yes, and
that
you agreed.
submitting to your wife is in the Bible, and I said no, it's not. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about
So
anything
then where did
in the Bible.
submission but that's where the basis is. Oh my God. But submission, that's where the basis for submission comes from. It is from the Bible. It is
Look,
biblical.
I
That's
don't
where the
care.
basis.
I don't care why you submit. Just do it.
But
It
that's where
works.
what I'm trying to give you is the history of where submission comes from. So in
Who
order
Well,
to
been
there is
know why
no
married?
someone
history
wait, wait,
of
wait,
submitting to
let me
women.
finish. Let me finish. In order to know why one would submit to a man, one, it came from the Bible and it was from
Okay,
biblical
okay,
times.
hold on.
That is where the
I
point
need
of
to
the
No,
get
no,
an
you
purpose
should
came
answer.
from.
submit to a man because it works. Okay? You should submit to
No, no,
a
no,
I
no.
man
need to
But
get
because
it
it works
came
for
from
both.
the Bible and
I
I am
don't
not
care about that.
I am
Talk
not
to
a
Cutie Pie
Christian.
about that. I do not
Yes,
care
and I am
about
on the
that.
panel as well. So you're
You
talking
know?
to me as well.
Oh
So
wow.
No, no, no.
okay.
I'm saying you should talk to Cutie Pie about that if you want
no, no,
to
no. I'm
if
talking
you
to
want
you.
somebody who cares about the Bible. I do not, you know.
You're
Yeah,
missing
I
my
Um
do.
point.
I
Can
do
you
care about the Bible.
But
I
you're
do.
okay,
missing my
then
point.
then
My
ask
point
her
is
about her selfish.
game
no, my
changer?
point
Jay,
is
Okay,
that
hold on.
submission.
Like it is talking.
let's
Like it is
kill
Okay,
talking.
go ahead. Go ahead, like
let's kill this whole Bible talk thing. All right. Your opinions
I
about submission is all great, but this taking
you're breaking up.
also the statement about religion basis for it is the Bible. That's not accurate at all. It's, that talks about it. There are many about it. That's just one of them. Let's stop. Let's not take this into religious direction. What she wanted to say because of where her origins are, and that's let's
Eh,
the talk. That's all
Okay,
I wanted
it's
to say.
yeah. I could only hear like every
I
okay.
don't know.
Well, I
every
heard
other
what he
word.
said.
Also, I'm
I
sorry.
heard some of what he said. I heard some of what he said, but I don't care because I am
One more
religious.
thing.
I'm religious,
Let's
but
let
I'm
everybody.
gonna talk about the Bible, and I don't have, and we don't have to kill that because if I feel like it's something that biblically that I want to share, I'm going to share it. So
I agree.
Oh,
we're not going to
but
kill that.
no one is
Agree.
no
We're
one
not
is
going to
saying
kill that.
that.
So we can
Okay,
just end that now. We're not.
I am saying that we don't have to jump on this man with this biblical stuff when he clearly
But
made
I
it clear
did.
that
Well,
he
I
is.
can. Well, I'm able to
But we're
share
not
that
talking
because if I want to say something
game
about the
change.
Bible, I'm not jumping on him, and I don't
Hey,
think Jake
Cutie
is
Pie,
Ones
either.
Cutie
that
Pie.
we're
I don't
talking
think
about.
anybody's
Hold
jumping
on,
on him.
hold on, Cutie Pie.
I am.
He wants to finish speaking.
I don't. No. When I hear
I've been, I've been,
you
I've
can't
been
tell
listening.
anybody,
I've
but
been
he
listening.
can't tell me
I want
because
Okay,
to
I'm
express
okay,
religious and I
Hold
take
on,
okay,
that.
cutie pie,
okay.
I
cutie
take
pie,
Joe,
that
Joe,
cutie
do
serious.
pie,
something about this.
I take that serious
Joe, could you do
cutie
because
pie.
something
I'm
about
Let
you
this?
religious.
guys. You're just being argumentative.
cutie pie.
You guys just
Just
being
let Lycan
argumentative.
talk real quick. Hold on.
Facts.
Let Lycan talk. I think I have a clear signal from you now. Go ahead.
All right. All I'm saying, I'm not saying that you can't feel, express yourself the way you want to express yourself. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to jump on this guy.
Well, I wasn't
He
jumping on
doesn't
him.
feel the
I
same
was
way.
just making. I wasn't jumping on him.
And you'll never get
Yes,
that
you
opportunity.
got like I've been sitting here listening to you guys. It sounds like an echo chamber in here. Like everyone's jumping on this guy every time he wants to say something. He can barely get his point across without being interrupted. Like if he feels differently, that's fine. He has a different opinion, that's understandable. But jumping on the guy just because he doesn't agree or has a different opinion, it's not really helpful. It's not a constructive debate.
You know,
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something about that. I would agree, but also disagree because I went over to Game Changers channel and it was an echo chamber, literally. And was that fair, game changer? Right? Was it not an echo chamber for you?
No, we
And
had order and we allowed you to get your points across.
okay, so now
Was I really
I'm not
hypothetical?
forcing anybody. I'm not forcing anybody. Like if you say you don't want to answer a question, I'm like, hey, you got to answer that question. I'm like, all right, well, shit, it's cool. Now, granted, any other time I would be like, okay, like if people don't want to participate, that's fine. But
Well,
also,
I think what he's referring to is the chronic interruption. You see,
okay,
it's impossible to get a complete point out if they're interrupting with miscellaneous questions. These questions are not meant to be answered. These questions are meant to interrupt a point that I was attempting to make. See, there's certain
Hmm.
points about submission and how it relates to an individual Black woman's sexual marketplace value that they do not want said out loud.
But I
And
asked
okay,
you a
and
question and you
and
interrupted
see,
me
and
too,
there's interruption.
because you did the
And
same thing to me.
hang on, pause. Okay, go ahead,
so
go ahead.
so to prove my point, she interrupted again. You know, now, as I was stating, there are certain points that they don't want to be made about submission and Black women's sexual market value. The truth of the matter is, Black women's refusal to submit is affecting them on the open mating market. They are less qualified than any other group of westernized women to get a quality mate. Quality men typically want to be the dominant figure in the household, just
Okay,
like he wants to be the dominant figure in the world.
now I got it. Now, so the question is this: what qualifies as a quality man?
I'm curious to know that.
I'm
Okay,
just I'm
okay,
gonna ask the question. I'm
okay.
just
I will answer that question, but keep in mind that these questions that you guys are asking
no. It's me and you. It's
are
me and you. Just me
purely
and you talking.
are purely meant to request more details, and then you're going to ask, well, what qualifies that, and then so on and so forth.
Hold on. Just answer the question. Just answer the question.
To avoid
Just
that,
asking
I
any
will
question
say that,
for the point.
as stated before, a quality man is one who practices self-discipline.
Okay, so you said what? I didn't get to hear you. Somebody was talking when you were talking.
A quality man is one who practices self-discipline.
Okay, I agree with you on that. A quality man is one who practices self discipline. So for me as a quality man, would it not be just self discipline if I also show discipline towards my woman?
Yes, yes, you would be.
Okay, so we agree on that. So if I'm being disciplined towards my woman and her needs, would that not be a form of submission?
What do you mean discipline to her needs? I don't get that.
Well, it's kind of
Understanding one's needs does not require like a form of discipline, really.
it kind of does because a man submits to his family and the needs of his family.
Could you elaborate?
Okay, sure. So, as me as the head of my household, right? What
Hmm.
my family needs and their overall needs and their overall cares, I am submissive to that because that's me as the king. I am supposed to make sure and cater to their needs. Vice
Hmm.
versa, they maintain and do for me. Usually, men who are married or in that type of authority, we know that and we understand that type of mindset because that's what makes us have longevity lives or functioning types of things. Hey, whoever got that going on, muted. So the thing about it is, I'm asking you, I'm asking you, like, do you as a man, you as a family, would you submit to your family and your woman or no?
As a responsible leader, I will lead my family in the proper direction.
So
And
yes,
that is to assure their needs. That is not what submission is, sir.
no, that is submission.
Hmm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's get the definition of submission. The action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force to the will or authority of another person. So I am not, by working in my family's best interest, I am not submitting to their will or authority. If my child wishes to have pudding for dinner or cinnabon for dinner, and I say eat your vegetables instead, I am not looking at that child as a person of authority.
Mm.
So
So
no, you are
again,
not submitting to their will. You're acting in their best interest. It is a clear and distinct difference.
So okay,
So
so if your wife said, "I don't want you to go out this time of night. I want you to stay home with me." Would you submit to that?
if I choose to embrace her counsel, then yes.
Wow, you would be single in a heartbeat, dude. Well, so
That
the
doesn't
thing,
make sense.
no, that does make sense. Well,
What
I'm
are you
telling you.
talking about?
Well, here's the thing about it. Because but what I just brought to you was, as a man, if I'm running my household and I want to function in a household, not to say I would give in, but I said I am submissive to my family and their needs. That overshot you in what you would understand because you're not in that type of position. But as for me, I understand it because I see my family as a single bodily function. So if one of them needs something, I'm not going to say, well, yeah, eat candy and you don't need to eat your vegetables. No, I'm going to make sure that they're functioning, eating healthy. But however, it's one of them says, hey, I don't want you committing into this type of act because it shines down on our family, then I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to make them embarrass them. I think that's a problem with a lot of men or black men. They look at the generic basis of what is submission in those generic color purple days, but then they always overlook the fact of how the abuse, the rape, the taking of the daughters, raping them too. We also look at a lot of shit. I mean, you even said that my channel is based off of that of women, but I talk about men with power and I bring on nothing but men with power. So I'm trying to figure out when I try to explain to you what submission was, you did not understand that. That's what I'm trying to teach you.
Can I say
Did
something?
you do you now understand what submission is?
Well,
Can I
I
say
read you
something?
the definition. So do you now
No,
understand what submission? I
but he
read
asked for
you
your
the
definition. We
definition.
asked for
I
your
read
definition,
you the definition.
right?
Can
My
I say?
definition is the definition.
Oh, your
I,
definition
so,
is the definition, right?
my definition, once again, let me read it. The action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or to the will of, or authority of another person.
That is the definition.
Yes, it is. Now,
So
what
let me
you
ask,
do with your
let me ask,
family,
like, hold
what
on,
you
hold on. Let me
do
ask, like,
for your family,
would you submit to your
what,
family?
that's not
Would
submitting.
you
Oh,
submit to your,
God
would you
damn.
submit to your family?
I don't know. Are you suffering from a disease where you don't understand definitions?
I'm
That
not.
is
Oh,
not
It was a
not
definition.
oh, hold on.
submission.
Whoa.
Fuck this guy and fuck his
Ooh.
opinion. Moving on.
Yeah, yeah. All right, fuck me. You want me
That's
to
like the
go,
third
Joe?
insult that you've had on
It's
myself
okay.
and Joe.
No. It's fine. Game Changer already told me he's
Can I,
not mature.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
he's
exactly.
not mature. So
So
I
so
expect
so
I
so
expected
perhaps
something.
I should leave this conversation because
Yes,
Probably.
please.
all
Let
right,
let the adults talk. Bye bye.
Joe, would
Well,
you like for me to
let's
leave?
well, I'm not sure if you're mature enough for this type of talk. So I mean, it's on
Obviously
you.
Well, I'm
not.
mature enough to understand the definition of submission and how it's
I mean,
not the same as leading your family in a proper direction. I'm
This
that
isn't
mature.
productive.
Not at all.
yeah, we're trying.
It's
Yeah,
not
this isn't really
productive and
productive.
it's not good for the show at all,
Well,
Joe,
it's
really.
not producing what
Wait,
you
don't
want to
argue with me. I
produce.
was talking to Joe, okay?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
girl, how you
talking to
been? I
you.
missed
How are
you.
Hey,
you?
Nicole,
You
where you
know.
came
I'm all
from?
right.
Hi, thank you. I was waiting for someone to say hi to me. How you guys?
Hey, Nicole.
Yeah,
Nicole, I got a question.
thank
Um,
you.
I would ask you, like the father in your family, would he be submissive to his family and make sure that their needs are met before his own as a
We're
form of
talking about
submission?
my immediate family, right?
Yes, your immediate family.
Um, yes, and the thing is, when we're talking about a definition, you have to remember that there's more than one definition, and there's more than one place to get a definition. And when you want to keep it in a little box, you're narrowing your mind from other opinions because your opinion is not the definition, and your interpretation, unless you have a degree in interpreting languages and definitions, you're not qualified to tell everybody else that they're wrong. My family is submissive. If you don't think that they're submissive, that's your opinion. But for this family, my family, they're submissive and it's not disputable because that's my family and our definition of submission.
Okay, that's good. That's a
Damn,
good
I
way
didn't
to
see that
look
shit
at it.
coming with Nicole. I really didn't see that shit
That's
coming.
a good way to look
Okay.
at it.
No, that's
Thank
the
you.
worst possible way to look at it.
Don't argue
No,
with me
no,
because I'm
no,
not going to
no.
argue with anyone. So
Well,
that's
that's good.
my family
That's
is
good.
submissive.
That's good. See, everybody wants the title of submissive, but they
No,
don't
please
actually
don't
want.
do that. Don't do
I'm
that, game
talking.
changer.
I
I
am
don't know
talking.
you.
I am talking. Everybody wants the title of submission, but they don't actually want to
But
submit.
you interrupted
So,
me because he
so,
was
so
talking
they
to
just
me
say
and you just cut
anything
me
that
off.
they do is submission.
Wait a minute,
They,
but you just
they,
cut
they
me
serve
off
their,
and he
they
was
serve
talking to
their,
me.
they serve their
So if
husband a
you want
plate
respect, then you need to give
every
it because
Thanksgiving
you
or something. They
definitely.
say, "I am a submissive woman."
The
The
only
truth
reason
of
you
the
talk so
matter
much is
is,
because you
I got
don't
a
know what
question.
you're
the
I got
truth
a
talking
of the
question.
about.
matter
Hold on.
is, very few of you are submissive by
Wait a
any
minute, but you don't know what you're
definition and
talking about, game
understanding
changer.
of the word.
Game
Wait.
changer.
Black
Oh,
women
he
have
changed the game,
reputedly,
all right.
You
He
don't
is
know
black
what
changing
women
you're
the
have
game, bro.
talking about.
reputedly refused to submit.
Now I
You
got a
know
question.
what? You have
Game
little
changer. I
power
got
in
a
the
question. Game
world.
changer. Would
And
you
You
there
have
think?
you
so
have
Would
it.
little
you think a
power
There
in
you
the
female
have
world
it.
is
that you have to
submissive?
go on and on.
There you
Yawn.
have it. There you
I'm
have it.
yawning.
So you are looking for an
You just put
excuse.
me to
Oh,
sleep,
because
game
you have
changer. I
so
don't know
little
what you're
power
talking about.
in the world.
All right, Nicole.
Yeah.
Calm.
Why
I
don't you
Nicole,
change
require
calm
your
down.
silence.
game?
I
Nicole,
require
calm down.
silence.
Calm down.
Yes,
Nicole, calm down.
Joe.
Okay. So
Yes.
I would ask a question. Everyone
Thank
here.
you.
I would ask a question here. For a lot of for the women, do you think would you see a man that does not submit to his family as a prominent good leader? I would ask the women, just say yes or no. I'm gonna start it off with Jay. Jay, does that sound like a good leader?
No.
Cutie Pie,
No,
Nikki.
no,
Okay then. Now let us ask the men. Mobu, a man
Hmm.
who does not submit to his family, would that be a good leader?
Hell no.
Lycan, would that be a good leader? Yes or no?
I
Crickets.
can't answer this question.
That would be no for him then. I guess that's a no for him.
No,
So,
don't force my answer. I'm not answering that question. It's not a
oh,
no. It's not a yes.
So we're not answering questions now.
oh,
Got it. All right, cool.
okay.
Well, I
Game
mean,
change,
no,
game changer.
it's a loaded question. He's right
Oh,
not
No,
to
it's
answer
not.
it.
It's a plain. It's a plain as fuck question.
That was putting it
Is
straight to
a
the
man who does not submit to the will of his family is a good leader or not? Yes or fucking no? Okay? You can
That
sit
was
back
Oh
all
my
you want to. You
God.
can
Hey,
sit
hey,
back
hey,
all you
hey.
want to right now and try to play this shit off like, oh, it's a loaded question.
Calm
Motherfucker,
down,
you
dude.
ain't got the
Calm
balls to
down,
answer
dude.
it. So say that shit
Calm
and
Hey,
be
down.
done
dang
with
it,
it.
guys.
Calm down, dude. Calm
Mobu.
down.
Gee.
It
We're
is a
happy.
simple. It is very a yes or no question. True enough, but it is indeed a loaded question. So he's
Yeah.
right in what he said.
Yes
That's
or
why
no
I
questions can
chose
be
not to
loaded.
answer that question.
Okay,
Cody,
now
get your balls back and ask the
okay, now for me, I'm sorry, Mobu's very passionate about questions. I
Damn it.
would say no. If a man cannot submit to his family, he is not a functioning leader. I would now I'm gonna ask you, game changer, yes or no?
Because that is not
That's
the
not a yes or a
definition of
no.
because that is not the definition of submission, it is impossible for me to rightly answer that question.
What the fuck? Okay, so now what let's ask tonight, let's ask the next thing. Do men have an outdated version of submission? Do they have an outdated version of submission that is holding them back?
Depends on the guy you talk to.
Depends on the guy. Depends on the guy that you're talking to. Are we going by variables now?
They keep
No,
moving the
I mean like
goalposts.
you're saying men, like you're putting us all into a category. You're saying men, but everyone has their own mind and their own opinion. So
That is.
what you
Well,
consider
I
to be
literally
what you
asked for the
consider
last
to
one for
be
submission. You said that was a loaded question, Lycan.
because it was. You did ask a loaded question. What you guys are talking about is your own personal views on what you believe submission to be. He only spoke about what the actual definition of submission was. Despite that, you guys rejected it and only talked about what your personal view of what submission is.
I got.
That's why I didn't answer the question because it was a loaded question. If you want me to answer a question that's not a loaded question, then you have to change how you word it. But if you're
Okay.
going to ask me questions that's solely based on opinions and how you choose to view things, then I will answer it based on my opinion. But if you're talking about something that is that you can literally look in the dictionary and find its definition for, then I'm gonna go
Definitions.
by that.
Definitions.
Then that's
Joe.
what I'm gonna go by. Because when you talked about submission, then I went to go look up what the submission actually meant. But what you guys were talking about for like this entire time has been about your own personal views on what you consider submission to be, not as
Okay,
actual
now hold
definition.
on, Lycan. Hold up, pause. I literally, for the beginning of the show, been asking you to put in your input, right? And you say,
I didn't
I don't
want to
got nothing
add
to
my
say.
input.
I don't have nothing to say.
You guys had your own views
Now
about
he has
this,
something
and
to
you were
say.
talking about an opinion.
No,
You
no,
were
no, no, no.
talking about
Hold up, game
opinion.
changer. Stay out of this. This is the BMT talk right now. So when we ask you to put in your input, whether we agree or disagree, and mind you, we all been having disagreements throughout this whole panel. You literally could have said something. And I
I
wouldn't have
couldn't
given a
say
damn.
anything really.
Okay, but don't be
I
saying, oh,
can't.
this sound like an echo chamber when you could have spoke too.
I cannot speak earlier because I keep having connection problems, and I'm not trying to yell over everybody arguing each other. That's why I stayed quiet. The reason why I spoke now is because everybody done quieted down. I can actually have my voice heard.
Okay, so we'll read off. So we'll look at it for right now. Compliance, submissiveness, yielding. What else do you want to use? Manageability, non-resistance.
Hey Joe. Joe, I just want to interrupt you because people are asking questions in the chat, and I just want to say,
Read some goddamn question in the fucking
hold on,
chat.
no, wait, Joe. Unless you super chatting, we not answering no questions. I just wanted to put that out there. So unless you putting up that money, we're not answering any more questions. Go ahead.
Well, we're not even doing commercials tonight. God damn it! I've already learned to take that L. Because I already knew bringing game changer, you definitely ain't gonna get no commercials. So let's just go ahead about it because
definitely still do the commercial, bro.
No,
It's a sponsor. You should do the commercial.
Okay, we'll do the commercials because, like I said, we'll leave.
Joe.
Go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, I sent you because the thing again, there's never one definition for a word. So I sent. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. There's like
I sent you what I did was I sent you different translations and different variations, which mean the same thing of the word because a leader submits to the people that he's leading and he gets it in return because a leader doesn't have to force people to lead. He submits himself and gives himself a part of he submits himself because he's there and he's given so much of his time. He can't leave his family. So he's by definition in nature, he has to submit to his family because nobody's going to follow a leader that's not there. So I'm not sure why these macho people, I'm not saying any names, think that, oh, a leader doesn't submit. No, I'm very submissive, but I do know that my father, even though my mom followed him, she never argued. My dad was there for the family. That is submitting to your family. If my dad wanted to go play instead of going to work, he's going to go to work. So he's being submissive by taking care of his family. So we shouldn't get so stuck on that word that way.
Well, he's being responsible.
Wait a minute, game changer. I'm not asking for your opinion on my family. That's what I have to say. Respect other people the way you want respect.
Taking care of his family is being.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with you, game changer, because what degree do you have? What are your credentials? Nothing but your own mind. So stop.
Well, I mean, my degree is not relevant.
No. I'm not trying to hear it because you're not an expert on the conversation.
Are you?
So let other people
What kind of fucking expert are you, Nicole? What expert are you? Do you have a degree in submission?
Wait a minute.
Could you even submit long enough to keep a man to take care of his own motherfucking kids?
Wow, you're so emotional.
He would rather be without you in the presence of his kids because you're such an unruly bitch. Like that's a problem.
I kind of missed this.
Stop it.
No.
So you want to attack me? Why?
Joe, he's up here calling her a bitch. He gotta go.
All right.
That's not even cool. Not cool. I don't care. Call me what you want. It's fine. I don't care.
It's time to go.
That's good. That's good. I'm gonna note that. I'm gonna call you what I want. I appreciate that.
You should, game changer, because I don't care what you call me. Now get some tissue and carry on.
That's good.
So one of the things about it, I gotta say, and I'm gonna be for real with y'all. I can't be having y'all disrespect BMT or anybody on my panel and think that shit gonna ride, man. Like when y'all. Now, the thing about it is, if you can only ask women questions, but you cannot confront the men, I'm going to call that bitch made, 120%. I'm going to say that's bitch made, 120%. I cannot respect you like that. Like, I don't worry. I will give him a video.
I'm
But the
sure
thing
he's gonna
about,
go live off of your topic on a
well, I hope he do. I
overflow.
hope he do. I hope he do. I will
So
roast that. I can roast him very easily. But the thing about it is, one thing
all
about it
five of
is,
his viewers.
well, to be fair, like I said, the thing about it, to be fair, is this: if you're going to talk about, and the thing about the question is this, and I want people to understand this: if people are trying to dialogue with you, it's not an echo chamber. They want to find out your opinion. They want to find out your opinion.
Right.
So that's called manning up. That's called being responsible. I don't always agree with Mobu. I damn sure don't always agree with Jay. I damn sure don't always agree with Lycan or Nicole. Cutie Pie, me and her bump heads, but it's not that bad. But the thing about it is, I'm never going to go onto somebody's panel and tell them. Granted, I know I got so much doggone years under the belt, and see, this is a problem where for a lot of men that I'm seeing, this is where I have it where y'all get your asses railroaded in the courtroom or in these damn places because you're listening to dudes who don't got the experience. And I'm sorry, but honestly, a man who's in the household gonna ask you like that would have been an easy question. That wasn't a little question. A man in the household who runs a household would have seriously asked, you miss using echo chamber there? Nah. Oh, the echo chamber thing? Well, I mean, honestly, if you're gonna say what you gotta say, I mean, you could honestly have said it. But the thing about it is this: if we're all in an agreement on how submission is for a man in the household, granted, Mobile said it depends. If I'm drinking or if I'm drinking or I'm fucked up in my
Right.
household,
Right.
guess what? My woman is gonna step up and start running the household until I get my shit together as a man.
Or she's also as a woman, and that's basically what I was asking him as earlier. And Joe, and I know you and I talked about this behind the scenes, where you know what? That's why I said it goes both ways. Because if you fucking up, if your woman cares about you, she's gonna say, you know what, you fucking up. You need to get it together. You as a man is gonna, in that moment or period of time, you're going to submit to her because you as a leader, you as a head of household, are like, you know what, she's right. I am fucking up.
The thing about it is
You
this,
can't
man.
just blindly follow. So me as a woman, me as a woman as a certain age, and I've been married before. I have a child. I own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just gonna blindly follow a motherfucker.
Right, right.
Here's the thing about it, and I'm gonna tell you right now. But I've already went over to his panel, and his own panel started looking at him crazy. So I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna be for real. First off, I build homes and I build communities. I show my face on the shit that I do. Okay. Now, if we're talking about what submission is, I would hope you want to listen to the people who've already been there and done that, or actually been in functioning like roles in that type of thing.
And
Right,
not a little
right.
2 month
Like,
long relationship.
right.
That's
Right,
nothing.
right,
So,
right, with the mail order bride. I mean,
so
because submission,
Right. Exactly.
right, because submission, it goes along. I mean, just like Jay just said, I can agree with Jay. I've been married before. And submit and sometimes what people fail to realize when it comes to that, that's why I told him I'll say certain things about what happened with me, but I've been married before. So
Right.
sometimes we're open, our eyes are more open to certain things than they were when we were married. When I was married, that opened up the doors to a lot of things. Okay, yeah, submissive, but you're looking for this now. Since you moved on, you're looking for you don't want to go back to what you've had in the past. And for me, that's what I look for in a man, because I know what I had in a husband. I know what I did have in my previous relationship. But when you're not clear of your past, then because I can honestly say, yes, I brought a lot of those past issues from being married before and being submissive and having a husband that I can honestly say was sorry, had potential to be a great guy, but I saw, but he wasn't trying to finally find somebody that really was on his game. but still carrying that old baggage. No, you're not gonna. I was submissive to my ex, but no, I probably could have been a little more. But yes, because you're still holding on to a lot of that stuff, and that makes you selfish in some way because you're gonna care more about yourself. And yes, of course, that's gonna be, and that's still in my mindset now. Being to where I am now, a single woman, I still have that mindset to where, hold on, I know what I don't want. If I see patterns in a man that reminds me of something, I will walk away saying nothing but that's just because when you've held on to, when you've dealt with so much in the past and you see what that you messed up something that was really good because you held on to some things in the past. So it's a lot of things go on to where he want to say, well, black women, that's why they're not submissive. No, it's a lot of reasons why us as black women aren't submissive. That it doesn't have anything to do with we just like us just being. I hate when I hear men say that. Well, all black women. No, that's not it. We've been hurt a lot more than a white woman. Because think about it. That's what a black man will do. He'll go when he becomes successful. Some of them do? They go outside their race and get another woman. So as women, we've been beaten, and not physically beaten, but we have emotionally. So yes, of course. So no, I'm not gonna be 100% submissive to a man if he reminds me of another man that I've had in my past. And see, that's what men fail to realize when they want to say, "Oh, well, these black women, they ain't submissive or they do this." No, a lot of us aren't because we know what we've dealt with in the past and we know how men have treated us in the past. So no, so I can go on and on about this topic, but for me, like I told you guys before, I will not be submissive to a man if I feel like he does not deserve it.
And I also
Period.
think that people are using, and Joe, you can please correct me if I'm wrong. Do you feel, Joe, that people are using the term submission and mutual respect interchangeably?
Yeah, they try.
You know what I mean? Because I don't like the word submission, but I feel like, and even now, like, even though I'm not with my daughter's father is my ex-husband, but even now, if there's certain things that he tells me to do, I do them within reason, obviously, just out of mutual respect.
Let me say this,
Do
man.
you
I
know
want
what
to
I
say this.
mean?
No, I know, and I get you, Jay. And let me say this for someone who's been in the game for a long time. I mean, I listen to a lot of dudes on YouTube and a lot of motherfuckers who got no fucking degrees under their fucking belt when it comes to this shit, but just go off of statistics and what they fucking think they know. But I mean, honestly, when a man who's already been there, done that, and is doing that and running this is literally trying to tell you that as a man, and honestly, if you want to go to a Latin man, and I see, that's what I say, y'all bring up other cultures of men, but you don't see the shit that they do for their fucking households with his back-breaking shit. Like, I've seen Latin men literally go out of their way. And first of all, let's talk about the Japanese. You know, the Japanese men literally take their money and give it to the woman and literally and they handle all the finances and everything else, and all they do is work and everything else. The second person, hold on, Mo, just mute yourself a little bit, man. I think just mute yourself. The second thing is when it comes to the Latin men. Latin men, literally, their women run the household. If you don't fucking believe me, I can pull out a bunch of dudes that I fucking know, and their women, they do not back against their abuela.
No,
They do
you're
not
right.
go
You're
against,
correct.
they
Not
do
at
not
all.
go against the older woman on the fucking pack.
You're correct. Yep.
They literally are more respect. That woman has more say so than the men.
You don't even
There's no
question it.
disrespect,
Yep.
there's no disrespect in that fucking woman. So we can also look at it when it comes to a lot of these white dudes. Is y'all want to bring up the white woman as God? Let's be for real. Let's talk about that shit.
Right.
Let's talk about that shit because honestly, let's look at them. They got generations of doing all kind of crazy shit that we keep on recording, yet we always blindside. Don't make it seem like all of a sudden it's just one-sided on the one picture. Like, here's the shit about it. If you a man that has selected properly, guess what? You're going, and most men who are married or doing what the fuck we supposed to be doing, guess what? We submit to our families. Ain't no person, we submit to our families. It's a 24/7, 366
Right.
goddamn day job. Even when our kids leave out the fucking house.
That's
Like
why I
that
said I
shit, but
feel
like y'all motherfuckers talk about shit like y'all doing it. But then I'm like, yo, niggas, show me your fucking work. Show me your house. Show me your fucking woman.
Exactly.
Like
that's why I said I feel
I
like
just
it's
acting like these fucking kids be talking, man, and I be getting tired of y'all fucking talking like y'all know what the fuck. Like y'all got some woman laying up beside you, ass up. But I'm like, yo, where's your imaginary bitch? Because I don't see her like that. But any woman, like, and you know what's funny? Usually the men that be telling us that they got a woman or some shit, we never hear the fucking woman, or every time we hear them talk about their fucking woman, the woman's in the background checking their ass or some shit. So I'm like, yo, dude, all you motherfuckers that talking this shit, y'all gonna have to show me some fucking women that are fucking on their knees and shit, fucking calling y'all God and shit.
And we don't mean in the BDSM way either.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
got
talking
one
about
dude who already
fantasy
does
play.
that. So, like I said, I mean, realistically, men that are doing what the fuck they supposed to do, they understand submission goes both ways. Like, but see, that's the thing about it. Like, that's why I don't listen to these goddamn this new era of fucking submission. This is why I believe a lot of you black niggas are gonna die alone. I really believe that, man. Between sex dolls and goddamn lubrication, y'all gonna just die alone, man. Because y'all this is where y'all fucked up at, man. Y'all listen to everything else, like, but y'all don't got y'all shit together. Y'all really don't, man. That's why the topic I put out there with black men with penis, it's a masculinity haiku joke. Because a dude thinks because he has a dick, he's automatically going to claim the castle. It's a homosexual term. Niggas think that they sling a dick, that automatically the bitch is supposed to fall on her knees and cook for you. Like, niggas, this is why we're already fucked up now with all these goddamn preachers, all these goddamn motherfuckers, and all this dumb shit right now. I swear to God, dude, if any of y'all try to run that bullshit submission shit to my daughters, I'm coming in with a goddamn shotgun. Man, I will be damned if y'all spouting this dumb shit, man. Half of y'all punk ass bitches, y'all say some dumb shit, man.
I would say the same for my daughter over because you know D, Joe, so you already know. The same would be over here too.
You know, Joe, it's interesting, because when you talk, the guy, he did bring up degrees, but I've studied psychology for over 8 years. And I know that there's someone on the panel who has a degree in psychology. We're not just people that just came with we'll say, okay, this is our opinion, but we have studied this stuff as well. And it's so interesting that you brought up the Latino community. I'm so happy you did that. Or Hispanics. But you're absolutely correct.
Nigga be out here studying.
You read one page, Joe.
There's no questioning the hierarchy in the family. The first thing we teach our kids is respect, though, which means respect. But in this sense, you don't question the authority figure. You're right. And the grandparent, the oldest male does hold the highest. You submit to him, but if the woman, the grandmother says something, it's like law. And I don't care what you want to do. That Hispanic or Latino is not going to go against that. So it's just interesting you brought that up because these guys give a lot to their families. It's not an individual thing. They are there whether they want to be or not. And no divorce. You don't get divorced in these kind of communities. You're there whether you're happy or not.
The thing about it is this, man, and I'm trying to let y'all know, man, when y'all talk about y'all granddaddy, when y'all talk about, listen, man, I want y'all to think back for everybody who's in the chat. Think back to that one old man who's been with his woman for umpteen years. Now, I want you to think back to, was there verbal abuse where she had no way out? Or was he respectful and he bent over backwards? But when I hear about the good granddaddies, the good Grammys and shit, usually it's a self-sacrificing type of thing.
Yeah, of course. Exactly, of course. Yeah, I agree because, like, I mean, I only speak truth. So I mean, my grandparents, they had to, to me, that's the true definition to me of submission, because my grandfather had a whole nother, and they were doing that back then, had a whole nother family, and my grandmama didn't leave, and she was, and
Right.
they stayed right, until they both passed away. So I mean, now back then, yes, women were, they were very, very, very much submissive and took a lot. And like you said, it was certain things that people went through, because my grandfather had he wasn't married to the lady, but he had kids by this lady. My grandmama knew, but she didn't go anywhere. So yeah, and that's similar to like what Nicole was stating. If the marriage was good or bad, they stayed.
Yep,
You know,
exactly.
and that's just how it is now. Today it's a lot different. It's totally different. Women, we aren't settling like that anymore. So, but, and I'm not, okay, I don't know, should I use that word to settle, but to me, I'll say it for myself. I feel like that would be totally settling if I had a man that, if my husband went out and had, a whole nother family, I wouldn't stay, but that's just me. But yes, our ancestors, they did those things. They did, and we respect that. My mama knew that she had other siblings. You think she said something? No, some stuff just was never told, and everybody just happy. But unfortunately now it's not like that. I think us as women, we're more, I'll say me, more stronger. We don't want to, those are things that we don't have to deal with. Now I'm gonna take it to the Bible. I'm gonna take it to the Bible on this. So if anybody get offended, I could care less, but I'm gonna take it to the Bible. Well, in the Bible, I don't know the verse. I don't know the verse, so don't ask me. But in the Bible, a lot, they do say that the divorce is not, this is the Old Testament. I think in the New Testament, it does speak about divorce, but in the Old Testament, no matter what, you don't divorce.
The only
So,
the
and a
only
lot
way
of
you could
people
divorce the
believe,
only way you could divorce is if the man divorced the woman. Now the thing about that, and here's the kicker to that, what you're saying, Nikki. See, like I said, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all 100% facts. If the man divorces the woman in those type of cultures, the other men see that man as weak because he could not control or hold on to his household. Even though, and mind you, when I was overseas, if a man got caught cheating on his wife, they would stone him to death. So when y'all bring up these other cultures of how they doing X, Y, and Z, understand this. If they find out that you fucking around or you passing shit, they take your ass outside and they can either whip you to death or stone you to death. Pick your poison. I like
Can
watching
I
stonings. They're very funny.
can I speak on the whole concept that Cutie
Go
Pie was
ahead,
speaking?
Mobley. Go ahead, Mobley.
That Cutie Pie was speaking about the man out there doing the thing and the woman stayed. Well, it really wasn't a situation of, well, I'm in this for the long haul. It most of the time it was because she didn't have much of a choice. Did your grandmother have a
Right.
job?
Right. No, not back in those days. Women
not
couldn't
back
work.
in those
Exactly.
days. And then she had 10
Exactly.
kids, because back then, everybody had a ass load of kids. So she had
Right.
10 kids,
Exactly. So you either had the choice of trying to make your life with 10 extra kids and no job, or well, you fucking somebody else, but at least you're taking care of the kids and I got a house to live in. And that was normally the
Right.
response that it
That was
was.
the attitude. Right. That was the attitude
Mm-hmm.
back then. That doesn't mean that the marriage it was a good marriage. And that's why the
No,
divorce rate is high now because, you
women
know,
can do their own shit now.
well, I
right.
guess that's why men hate. I guess that's why the YouTubeosphere hates feminism so much because feminism is the reason that women are able to work and are able to carry their own jobs. Now, see, here's an interesting thing too. Like I say, and I say this all the time, men want 1950s women in 2019. You
Yep.
can't expect me to submit to you while paying half.
Oh no.
You want
Oh
me to
no.
pay half the bills, but you want me to submit.
Oh
Like,
no.
something's got to give.
Look, if that's the situation, that means this family is a team effort.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. We a team, right?
Here's the thing about it. And see, here's the thing. This is why I fuck so hard with my crew on BMT, right? Now, granted, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody on here says that they don't fuck with you, I would never bring you on this goddamn panel. Anybody. I'm just telling y'all know right now. Like literally, we actually vote people on the panel. Granted, I am the CEO. But however, I do submit, and I literally have talk after talk. I went back and apologized to Jay before. I went back and apologized to Lycan before. I've talked with Nikki before. I've apologized to Mobile before. I went back and apologized to doggone Nicole before. Mimi before. Like, I'm not too humble on my shit. Y'all feel me? I'm not above all. This is my family. I go hard for my people on my crew because they're part of me. That's what makes this goddamn team great. I can give a fuck about what anybody else say, but we still do our numbers. Like, that's just fact. But the thing about it is, y'all can't get mad when we come at y'all and we bring y'all. I don't just go off of an echo chamber or single narrative. Granted, I don't get it. Like, one of the main things that I keep hearing up on YouTube is black men and black women, kumbaya, working together. So when you actually have a panel of men and women who literally are talking about money, relationship, co-partnering, different things and lifestyles. We got atheists, we got Christianity, we got non-believers, we got agnostics, we got business, non-business, we got LGBT, we got people conservative, liberal. You literally have everything on my motherfucking panel I give you on a fucking silver platter. So when you have it, when everybody unanimously is saying that, listen, man, if you want to be the head of the household, the women all agree on this panel. Give me something to submit to, and I will submit. Ain't not one woman on this panel will go against that. But on the same sense, they're also looking at the men saying, listen, you want to be the leader, then you're going to have to fucking step up and lead. But however, you're going to respect me and the kids. That doesn't make you a weak fucking man. Right. I get tired of that shit. Like, y'all think I give a fuck about a man in the streets? Oh, man, I see you carrying your woman's purse. Bitch, it's my idea, man, to run up on me while I'm holding my woman's purse and walking with my kids. I will fuck you up. But
that's so funny, Joe, because my dude literally said that the other day. He was because I asked him to hold my purse, and he was just like, "I wish a motherfucker would." But does that mean he's less of a man? No.
No. But listen, but literally, I've already seen the message. Like, I think somebody said, "Oh, wow, you're carrying a purse." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, we're walking in a crowded area, and I got a purse under my armpit." They will rather attack a woman, but they're not going to attack no man holding no purse. That's me not feeling like I'm less of a man. That just means I'm more protective. But that's the thing about it. Like, I don't understand black men. Like, we used to have this shit down to a T, but we're letting other things. And let me be for real. Let me tell y'all how crazy. When y'all bring up white women, let me show you how badly
I see white men holding their women's purses all the time.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this shit. White men done had the Salem witch trial on white women. They done had prohibition on white women. And then they had doggone different eras where they could take a woman out there in the fucking courthouse and beat her with no problem.
Hey Joe, I hate to cut you off, but I see we got a little competition on Game Changer. He doing it. He going live right now.
Of course he is. Okay. All five of his viewers. He's fine.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see this now.
Yeah,
nah, you ain't missing nothing.
Definition of submission.
So when you have that going on, granted, nobody called him a bitch on the panel, but I
kind of wanted to though.
I know you did, but you did good. You gotten better. But the thing about it is this: if you can't respect the men and women on the panel, I can't give you that respect. You're going to respect my household. Now, granted, to be fair, Lycan was trying to give him the benefit of a doubt. He literally was. We literally was, and I love Lycan for that. I love him for that. However, you're not going to ignore two people and then try to attack one person on the panel about their relationship, but then you don't want to tell about your relationship. We don't do that. We don't do that. Y'all know I bring any of y'all up on here. I think I sent an email to a woman on here to come on here. Like, if Game Changer want to do an audio of me, believe me, I'm trying not to be mean and do a roast. I don't want to do a roast video. But the thing about it is this. The thing about it is this, y'all. I'm going to, like I said, this topic is going to be dead. I won't be bringing up this topic for at least about 4 to 5 months. After this, we're going to be talking about other shit.
Please.
I did promise the panel that we're not going to talk about this.
It's funny, Joe, that these talking, I will say this much, and you and I have discussed this, where these talking points, you always get a lot of views. And I know I've said this a few times on your panel, but when we talk about investments, or when we talk about how to bring yourself up, when you were talking about buying property and stuff, not only did you get a couple thumbs down, you didn't get a lot of views on that. So how do you expect? I'm making the point that, hold on, I'm making the point that how can you lead, but you're not interested in building a business or buying property?
Or building yourself, right?
Building yourself.
And I think those should be, I mean, I really think those should be some great topics though, because I mean, a lot of us, some of us, you know, are not educated on it. Or what can we do, you know, to do better, and how can we make money? How can, you know, it's different things that, and I think that those are topics we need to discuss. It is sad that a lot of people don't like to hear those things, but just like Nicole stated, I mean, everybody, the majority of us, you know, we're educated on this panel. We have a lot to say. I mean, we have a lot of things, you know, we have a lot of advice to give on how to grow. I mean, we can talk about, you know, we need some Black-owned banks. What we need to do to get this, you know, I mean, but they want to hear this foolishness, but you don't want to hear something that's gonna make you better. Let's try to make each other better. I mean, I don't understand that. Okay.
And I mean, and we get with the shit too as well. But Bubba, pull your shirt down, boy. We get with the shit.
That's cute.
We be with the shits too, but I mean, you know, it's all fun and games. But dudes take these topics like this and single motherhood, they take these topics very, very seriously, and I don't understand why. Do you know that 40% of Black women do not have kids? Just to let you know. So this is, you know, it's how many times are we going to beat this horse?
Only thing
I have that statistic just in case, because I know y'all want to know that. Are you probably going to say I'm bullshitting, but I do have the proof to back it up. I can send it to Joe.
Only thing I want to say is this, and this is the fun thing that I always find is funny. I see a lot of men, whenever I go to these meetings, they predominantly always go hit on the woman with kids rather than the women who don't have kids. They always
they be intimidated.
They be going after the women who have kids. Like every fucking time I watch dudes like, hey man, go over talk to her. Nah, man. When they know who the girl who has the kids or the secretary or the woman who has like some type of like I don't know, dude, what's going on with society. I don't know what's going on with Black men. But goddamn, Nicole, you want a car wash?
No, isn't it quiet? I'm like, we just had an earthquake, so maybe it's like kind of.
You just had an earthquake. Goddamn, girl, you still alive? Shit.
We had two, so yeah, I'm still alive. It's like freaky kind of thing that wakes you up a little bit. Yeah.
Oh well, we blame.
It was a big earthquake. Yeah.
We'll blame the white man.
Blame the white man for this one.
Or we're not blaming Trump today?
No. Cursed fracking.
Trump is in
yeah, basically.
Bro. We don't have time for that. So the thing about it, we can blame global warming for that one, but for the most part, if California sinks into the ocean, does that mean we like have one less state we got to pay for reparations?
Oh my God, bro! Did you know they said that reparations will cost over?
If it does happen, we literally that be the one less state we got to pay. I'm just saying, this is one less state we got to pay. That means the odds go up in our favor. I'm just pay the East Coast. We'll figure out how to get to the West Coast after the aid. I'm just saying. This sounds fair.
Is that my end that sounds rainy? Oh, let me mute it.
We think you in a goddamn fucking turbine or some shit. Like, the thing about it is, man, for a lot of guys, and here's the thing about it, I'm gonna just say that I'm take it from a nerd. I've had my fair share of Satianas and hoes when I was making money. The reason why when I listen to doggone Nikki talk about I've dated females who had that type of personality like Nikki, who are spoiled, or who was that bad bitch, or who was that girl who was like, listen, you get with me, I'm gonna fuck you up. But I thought that, because I got the money, because I got the status, that I could check her. And the thing about it was, and like one female says, like, yo, no offense, but you're just not on that type of pedigree or degree where you think every female you can't check, but she's not in that mindset. Like, I don't know why that men think that every woman, because you a man, that they're going to check you. And you see, that's the problem, because you don't know. Maybe, what if she's playing cat or mouse? What if she's purposely leading you in? Because you wouldn't want every woman to fucking just openly if a woman openly just submits to you, like without no question, that's a fucking indicator, dude. Like, you might want to watch the fuck out.
Right.
That's a big indicator. Like, when y'all do say that shit, that shows me y'all lack any experience. Because you want a woman that you don't know shit about to openly just give to you. Like, when they do that shit, I'm like, yo, dude, it's a trap. Like, she's gonna fuck you up. Like, maybe I need to pass it over to Mobile about that shit, because y'all understand, this is how I be hearing these stories about these girls who be running game on y'all, man. They make you think, they give you that false sense of security, like, oh, she's cooking for me. But then again, later on down the line, she already knows your social security number. She already siphoned out money, and now she's pregnant, and now you bitching and complaining like, oh, she took me for everything I got. Well, you wanted to play the submission game, but you literally did not figure her out. I'll pass the mic, Mobile. You can go ahead and click it, man.
So, how do I put this? You're not lying, okay? The whole thing about, like, if you meet a woman and she immediately just submits to you, regardless if you just met her in 10 minutes, bro, that's a trap. That's a solid fucking trap. Because she feels like if she can get you if she can submit to you, she has an ulterior motive. There's something else beyond that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful, gentlemen. I'm in the lifestyle, and I'm into BDSM, and I'm poly. Okay? So I've seen all types of women come and go in this lifestyle. All right? So all in all, it's truly not worth it just to run up on somebody that immediately submits. I mean, even though I'm in the lifestyle, I still do not just walk in and be like, yeah, you're gonna be my sub. I make connections with people long before I even put my dick in them. Okay, I try to make connections with folk. It's not always successful, and those that it's not successful with is fine. Hold on, these motherfuckers is too loud talking. Give me a second. Playing GTA and shit. But yeah, you got to make connections with folk. And once you understand a person, I'm not saying just women or men, you understand a person's motivations, okay, then you can be submissive to them. All right. I've been an actual, BDSM submissive before. And I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't just walk up on this woman and be like, oh, you can have me, all of me. No, we talked for like weeks before I even decided to let her put a collar on me. Because that's submission, domination. It's all about, trust. And so I'm not going to expect somebody I talk to in 5 minutes to trust me with their life. That's a lot of responsibility. Like I was saying, old boy, before, you want to be called daddy, you got to do daddy shit. Okay? You want to be called daddy, you got to do some daddy shit. If you ain't doing daddy shit, you just another Negro on the street.
Right.
Okay? With some kente cloth talking about queen, queen, queen. Okay?
Wow.
I try to tell a lot of black men, just watch out when y'all start doing the comparison game. Because
don't do that.
I ask y'all, be careful when you do the comparison game. Because when we're looking at it statistically right now, the representation for you, black men, is not really that good right now. So even though you're talking about the sexual dating market, and you see right there, see, that's where I see a lot of you black men fuck up and sound stupid. Because when you're talking about the sexual dating market, but see, you're talking about sexuality dating market. Black women are talking about business market, and they're talking
Right.
about trying to get into the corporate house. Like
Right.
Yeah.
that right there sounds like, yo, dude, like we starting to sound like cave fucking men. Like
Mm-hmm.
real men don't give a fuck about what these women out there that are hoeing and tricking are doing. We're more so trying to talk about fucking money. Like when we get our shit together, then we start saying, okay, maybe after I'm a little bit more settled, I can start looking at these females. I know that sounds
Right,
hard to say, but
right.
I'm trying to tell y'all something I would tell my son. I shouldn't have to tell this to grown men, but I'm actually having to tell this to grown men because then I see y'all on panels or literally doing content talking about submission, but then I ask y'all show your fucking work, but then it goes quiet. Like, no, no, that's lame. That's really lame. I'm not. Y'all get mad at this stuff, man, and then y'all get mad because then I'm seeing. I don't know, dude. That's why I can't wait till Little Mermaid come out, man. Y'all,
You
I can't
need
wait
to
till Little Mermaid
stop.
come out.
You need to stop.
I hope there's a white man that takes goddamn Ariel, so that way it can just spit in all you black men's faces. Because then y'all gonna be like, oh, I guess she was submissive to him. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, and then it's very insulting
Yeah,
to
yeah,
to
yeah.
to women that when you don't, like you stated, Joe, when a man don't have their shit together and then they step to a woman that have their shit together, it's insulting to me to the woman because it's like we all feel like we deserve more, and that's for every woman. We feel like we deserve, and again, like I stated, you don't have to be in six figures and all that for a woman to be submissive to
Right.
you. But you have to, and I can only speak from my experience. Not like I said, I was married before my ex-husband. I mean, you knew what you were marrying, and I thought I was marrying somebody, somebody with it all together. I mean, and you knew when you asked me to marry you that you went on the up and up. You knew you didn't have your shit in order, So don't play with me because I can't carry you. I play with you for a little while, but and it's not even sexually. I'll entertain you, but when I don't see growth, I have to go. And I tried to do the right thing in my marriage. Okay, hey, he had a couple hiccups. All right, let me just stick it out. But we get tired, and when we see the same patterns, we shy away. And a lot of men don't realize that. And that's when I just listen to all these blog shows. And like I was listening to you guys earlier today, Joe. I mean, a lot of these women, I mean, these men are blind by it. They feel like, oh, I can, like you said, wait till you get your shit together. Then step to somebody like us. Okay, hey, I got my shit together. Okay, she got, because you got to think a woman want to, and again, not like Game Changer was trying to make it seem like I was saying you don't have to make what I make, but damn, you need to know how to manage what you got, and then you can come in and we could build. But and at this point in our ages, especially when you're in your 30s and 40s, you definitely want to have your shit on point before you start stepping to somebody. And that's just the truth, because at this point we ought to already have our shit together. I got my shit together in my 20s, basically. Because it starts out, go to college. I mean, everybody, and I'm not saying everybody has to go to college. Some people choose military and still are successful. And I just chose to go to school instead of military. And I feel like I did, that my life is okay. I feel like I made some good choices. But when you see somebody has made, okay, well, this is what they're doing. Okay, well, damn, okay. Well, then I'm gonna sit back and get my shit together, and if they're available, then I'm gonna holler at 'em. But a lot of people don't do that. I feel like it's selfish on some men. I feel like some men can be selfish like that and just want, and see a woman doing it and they got their shit together and they ain't got shit. And then they want to come to you. And then that's when the whole submissive thing. Hell no, I'm not gonna be submissive to anybody like that. I come and go as I want, and I don't owe anybody an explanation, especially somebody that can't step to me. I shouldn't tell you nothing. So that's what I mean when I and like I said earlier, everybody's stating their own opinion on submissive. And this is just my personal opinion. Jay gave her personal opinion, and so did Nicole. We all just giving our personal opinion on what we think submission is. And that's just to me. Yes, I took it to the Bible because yes, a lot of women are submissive due to their their religious purposes. And I do know that. But for me, yeah, I'll take it to the Bible in some ways, but again, that's cherry picking on some of the things that we do, especially the ones that live a biblical life. So yeah, we like having sex before marriage, yeah. But you gonna follow the submission part in the Bible. So I cherry pick with the submission. So I feel like I could do that, because that's my personal opinion. But that's just how I feel.
Well, that's the thing, the basis, and that's what I was saying earlier. The
After
base,
you, Jay, Nicole. After you, Jay.
okay, I'm sorry. I was gonna say the base. All I was gonna say was that the basis of submission as a whole is biblical. Period. All of that came from the Bible. It is all biblical. That's it.
Nicole, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say it's interesting though. We all have different opinions, and we all have. I don't understand why, if you have an experience with a black woman, why do the guys say it's, black women are this way? And they're actually the only culture or race of people that does that, because my way of submitting, we just heard from Nikki how she submits and how everybody else does. We're not one size fits all. You choose the one that's the best for you, and don't think every woman every woman is not for you. So why make women out to be bad if just because she's not your type? Can she be your friend? Does she have to be, baby making material for you? Just respect her as a woman, because I don't really like how my family submits, honestly, but I am very submissive. You don't have to earn my submission. If I am with you, I am going to submit. So, but that's my way. It doesn't mean that your way is wrong, because what you do works for you. And honestly, I don't like my way. But in my family, they would disown me if I do not submit to my husband or the person I'm seeing. I don't like it, but that's how it is in my family. But it doesn't make your way right or wrong, because each way you do what's best for your life. And I think that black women are very submissive, because we're there when that guy goes to jail. No matter what happens to that guy, we're there when they get out. And I'm sorry, but there's not other cultures or races that's going to do that. Not even my beautiful Hispanic community. Black women are the ones that's there for these guys. So putting them all down because of a couple of experiences, I don't think that's good.
I got it. Only thing, like I say this, and that was pretty good what you said, Nicole. And I think the thing about it is this, man. Like the thing about it is we want to talk about leadership and running a house. And I always ask people, show me your work. I feel like that's the easiest thing. That's why I always ask, who's been in a home where it was different counterparts? Because when you start asking about these questions, I always ask the dude, like, so what about you? If you can't tell me about your shit, then nigga, then you are not qualified to speak on my shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always the best man for the job. And the problem is that what we're seeing is we're hearing a lot of dudes and I'm hearing a lot of women talk, but we're not seeing the people who are actually showcasing their work. So then it becomes an issue or a problem, because then now we're starting to see like, okay, you're saying X, Y, and Z, but you're not showing it. You're talking about this woman, but you're not with that type of woman. So that's when we start having these types of issues, because I'm like, okay, granted, if you want to be with that type of woman outside of the country, dog, do you be great? You know what I'm saying? Lickety lick. But then I also understand that, listen, if she fucks up, you're done. You're gonna just send her about her way. The thing about it is, what I brought up to a lot, see, the men that I brought onto the panel earlier, what we were talking about was that, listen, men, secure your own bag, get your own shit together. You don't have to worry about no woman taking your power. Like literally, men that are doing what the fuck they need to do. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I fucked up a lot. I had no problem telling that to Jay. I talked about that on the panel with a lot of people. I'm very open, but I don't want people to make the same fuckery and mistakes that I made. But I'm not going to tell, I would never tell my woman, hey, I'm out here doing X, Y, Z, so stay with my fuckery. Because then I've also seen my kids cry and say, Daddy, why are you doing that to mommy? Like, what kind of man are you? And when a child can check you on that shit, and you see, that's when you'll get the asshole black man and say, well, I'm a man. So, right. And then what happens later on down the road? It's a recurring butterfly effect where the child does the same shit, or the woman believes that, oh, well, I believe this is what a man does or how he loves a woman, by abuse or psychological verbal abuse. And you see, that shit right there is why we're so far set back. I know y'all niggas don't want to fucking talk about it, but I could talk about it because I've been there, I've done that, and I'm not gonna hold back on what the fuck I gotta say. Especially this is my goddamn panel. So if y'all like what the fuck I'm saying, get the fuck off. But I want to say that's one of our biggest issues as black people we have going on. We'll talk about this submission shit and how it's supposed to be 120%. But see, we don't care about how it damages people. And let me be for real. The reason why black men so badly want a taste of submission, because a lot of black men never had fucking power a day in their fucking life. They never did. So they think that, well, I need to get this woman to listen to me. But let's be for real. You know damn well most of these bitches don't take you serious. Let me clean that up. Most of these women
Preach.
I had to clear it up. I had to clean it up. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit agitated. A lot of these people don't take you serious because one, you're not manning up and being in that role, or they don't see you as that man. Let's be for real. A lot of y'all are not seen as no men. You're just seen as little boys who want to play men. So how do you ask for authority if you can't even get it in your own household? Or to be a leader, you got to know how to follow. I'm not sure if some of y'all know that, but that's actually how it works. To be a leader, you have to follow.
Good point.
But see, y'all will overlook that shit. Y'all talk about how all these black men, these pookies and these rapists. I'm not gonna lie. I see more guys out there who are in the hood and in the street out there more supportive of the women than the goddamn dudes who got degrees and think that they can shit on their women and leave their women out there hanging with a baby. Now, you ain't gonna ask me to turn a blind eye to that shit, are you? But see, that does happen. So when we have these kind of conversations, this is why I'm starting to distance myself from a lot of your guys' talking points. Because a lot of y'all are talking just to hear yourself talk, but you don't show the degree or the black belt of the experience. And this is why the white man thinks a lot of y'all sound stupid when y'all get on these podiums and say this stuff, and then they get to laugh and say, wow, I can't believe he said that about his woman. I don't have to say that. I can just get them to say that. Or I'll allow them to actually put that out there, and I'm gonna let that thing ride. They don't mind me talking about that woman, but let y'all get on and see. I've never seen y'all get on a platform and talk about white women. Why? Because you know damn well they would shut y'all shit down in a heartbeat. See, so that means they got y'all mentally checked. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call it like I see it. The white boogeyman got a lot of black men checked that if you talk about my woman, I'm gonna fuck you up. So let's be for real. Let's play the game. You can't check your woman because you've never been in control to actually check that woman because you lack the resolve to do what you need to do as a man. It's a fact. You can't debate me on it because I'm a man. I'm sorry the women on my platform listen to me. They do. And that's the thing about it that y'all hate. I don't understand. You can literally get on a platform with a group of women and y'all literally fuck it up. What we saw on here was not a man, but we saw a boy who got mad because he couldn't get his way. That really hurt me. And him going over there and have tip cam, that really make him look weak as fuck. I don't mean to be on no spiel, but it is what it is. Let this be a reminder to anybody who sits at BMT's table. You don't have to agree with the woman. You don't have to curse at the women, but you damn sure are going to understand that if you're going to come on my platform, you're going to be able to come correct. I don't know a woman hurt you. I don't know a woman called y'all pee-pee little. I don't know what happened when you was in school, but damn it, man. Believe me, I was that ugly duckling in school. I get it. I get it, dog. I really do. But you're going to have to get over that shit as a man at some point. Every woman ain't for you, dog. Every woman ain't going to be yours. Go ahead, y'all. Y'all can take the mic. I don't mean to get onto my rant, boy. Don't worry. I'll do my show later on for that. Don't worry. That's going to be a nice little topic. That's going to be a nice topic when I sober up.
You summed it up nicely.
Yeah, you did. You summed it up pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I know I don't play favorites on here. And I know we always do not get along on here. I know we don't. But Jay even told that man, listen, the only man I listen to on here is B.M.T. So that means he actually listens to some form of authority.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki even said that. Even doggone Nicole said that. Charity will tell you that. I don't have to be no dictator. It's just that they respect my authority.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Black Men. Like, what do y'all want?
I mean, I just feel like he was just a little confrontational anyway. I feel like he came into it with, with his own, with how he wanted it to play out. I think it was doomed from the start, just to be honest with you. I mean, because we all have strong opinions on every topic. I mean, on whatever, a topic that we're passionate about, we all have strong opinions on it. So, and I felt like he was more trying to badger people. Now, of course, as for me, which me, Joe, if you ask me something, I'm gonna answer it, no matter if it makes me not look the best or make me look bad. I'm still gonna answer it because that's my truth. So, and I was comfortable with answering questions, but you just weren't, I just don't. You can't put things in people's mouth, because just because a relationship didn't, if relationships don't work, it doesn't always mean because you're not being submissive, and that's just how he felt. Oh, well, you weren't submissive. Well, no, that had nothing to do with that, because in relationship is always two people. So, and it's always, two sides, well, three sides to a story. His side, my side, and the truth. So, and I don't have a problem with speaking my truth if it's something that I'm passionate about. But I just feel that, he just came in just really with just, I don't know. He came in to argue, and like, only issues that I have is, and everyone knows this, is that I am Baptist and I am religious. I'm very, very religious, and the only thing that strike a nerve with me is I don't ever want anyone to tell me what I can and cannot say or what not to say, especially when it comes to the Bible, because if that's what I believe in, I respect everybody. If nobody believes in God, that's them. But you don't correct me or tell me what not to discuss when it comes to that, because I will do that, because that's my opinion. And it's okay for all of us to believe in what we want to believe in, just like you and Mobile, you guys have more than one wife, and that's what you guys choose to do. But do I sit here and say, y'all better not talk about that, or you don't need to say this, and y'all don't beat on them because beat them up because of this? No, because that's what you guys talk about and what you all choose to do, and I respect that, and I will be respected due to I'm religious, and I do believe in God. So for me, when it comes to that, it's a touchy subject. So I just hang up because I don't really hear anything anybody have to say when it comes to that, because that is something that I believe, and I feel that people should not, don't voice your opinion on it. If that's what, because I don't voice my opinion on if what other people say, if they don't, if they don't, but if in their religion, if they don't believe in God, or what, the
Right.
lifestyle that people
Oh,
live. So I just would like for people to just respect that no matter what I say when it comes to the Bible, that might not be your choice, but it's mine. And I feel free to, I can feel free to quote scriptures or say whatever I want, because we're an open panel and we all are supposed to respect one another. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And I don't feel like people beating up on somebody because just because you may not believe in God, I do. And so I don't like that. And I feel like, we should just respect all of what we all believe in. So that's how I feel.
No, you
agree.
good. Listen, you good. You're listen, man. Mobu and me literally did a panel talking about atheism and everything about it. Mobu, do me and you judge each other? And I literally did a talk with Jacob Eaton. Jacob, me, Jacob, Jay, I believe you was there, and also MOT. Granted, I was the only one covered in the blood of Jesus at that time, but did I not at one point stopped or tried to censor any of their verbiage. Jacob always knows, and Jacob allows me to post my topics in his group, right, Jay? And he don't say nothing. He literally just lets me post it there. He said we can, and I mean, honestly, that's an atheist group, and Jacob doesn't judge me. Jacob doesn't judge me,
Right. And so, and on
but
this panel, it shouldn't be where you don't, for you, nobody should comment on what, if I want to, want to quote, scriptures, I'm going to quote them. And that's just how it's going to be. And you don't have to agree, because I don't always agree on what people say, but I'm not going to say, well, just stop doing this and I feel y'all doing this. No, that's just my opinion. And I respect everybody else's. So, yeah, I agree. I think everybody should just respect how everyone feels and what they choose to say, and just be quiet and just follow suit.
no, that's fine. I mean, like I said, when it came, and I'm gonna say that, I don't know what I'm talking about. The only people I literally talked about a sensitive topic about me when I was young being sexually assaulted, and the only people who actually stood up for me on that panel was Nikki and Lycan, who literally were about to go to war for me. They literally just said, "Hey, Joe, you got to step off the panel." I stepped off the panel and turned over the reins to Lycan and towards Nikki, because I knew I wasn't in that zone. I want y'all to understand this, that BMT panel, literally, we talk about everything that most people fear to talk about, because we understand that our people need help. Our people are sick.
Nikki made a really good point. It's about respect. And I'm like, wow, I just gave a definition. How in the world? But, I'll never call someone out, whether I agree with the point or not. But I think respect is the biggest thing, because, like, again, you can't have a conversation. If we all have the same opinion, what kind of conversation is that? We might as well just give a statement. So it's nice to hear different points of views and different backgrounds. We all come from different backgrounds, and we all come from, we have different cultures. Like, even though, okay, yeah, I consider myself Black, but, I was raised with Hispanic, in the Hispanic community, and I got with the Black community as I got older, but I'm still Black. But it's nice that we all have different things to bring to the table. And I think once we start interrupting people because we don't want to hear it, usually that means that we don't have anything to say. And so we don't want anybody to question us. But if we don't listen to each other, we're not going to learn. And we never know it all. We have to just be teachable. I can learn from anyone, degree or not. I can learn from somebody just out there, or somebody that just came on the panel, because I don't know all the answers, but I'm willing to at least listen.
Well, I think we had a pretty good conversation. Well, for whatever wasn't screwed up, we're gonna just edit out some stuff.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
So we'll edit out a lot of stuff, and we'll go from there, and and try to get it squared away for the most part. What we can. We'll go from there and try to get edited out for what we can get edited out. Like I said, you guys, I'm pretty good. I love my team. I love them more than they know because we talk about everything. Most likely I'm gonna get together with Mobu. We're gonna talk about the Pride event, and we're gonna talk about stuff that's going on with Gay Pride and also the children. Mobu, is that okay?
I'm fine with
Let
that.
me know if you want to also want in on that. Anybody who also wants in on that, let us email us. We'll gladly set it up with y'all. We'll gladly set it up with y'all to actually work it out. We are friendly with the LGBT community. We don't always agree, but we do not judge or have any type of biases against that affiliated group. So strike that for the record. You know what I'm saying? So I know some people say, "Oh man, B.M.T, you can't do that, man. This is my fucking goddamn show. I'm gonna do the fuck I want to do." So,
Well, if it was up to them, you would just be talking about submission and single mothers all the time. So
don't worry. If you want to hear about submission, the definition of submission from a man who has never really been in a relationship, you can go to Game Changer. He will gladly tell you about submission.
over and over again.
But then, if you want to hear about it from men and women who unanimously agree on something, which I will call it an echo chamber. Yeah, you just heard it from the women who all agreed, and also the men about what submission was. And I can promise you, you can go. I want y'all to go ask men who are in the home about are they submissive to their families, and I promise you, you will get the same answer every fucking time.
Joe, when I slid off, I just asked my dude about submission. He said he doesn't. We're obviously a little bit older than some of the people in the chat and in the panel. And he's like, I don't want a woman to submit to me. He was like, I want a mutual respect. Right. I don't want submission.
I want a teammate, not a doormat.
Right. He was like, I want to build together. He was like, I don't want submission.
Well, the thing about it is this. See, this is the thing about it that I'm seeing is when it comes to this kind of talking point that, first of all, when y'all talk about power couples, or doggone people who be making money and stuff, guess what? That means that woman is also a free thinker. I'm not sure if y'all know that, but you want to have a woman who can think for themselves, who can actually make sound decisions. I don't know how y'all dudes or women been making it. If your dude is telling you to go, hey, shut up, don't think, I think for you, you're in a fucked up relationship right now.
That's abuse, actually.
That's a really bad relationship already off the rip. I'm sorry. Y'all can get mad and say, B.M.T, I don't like the way you're talking. No, motherfucker, because honestly, why would you even want your daughter or your loved ones in that type of relationship where they literally are supposed to be stupid and subservient like that? And literally, when y'all guys are saying that dumb shit, I'm like, I wish to God you would tell that to my kid. Tell my children. I wish my sons don't even think like that. Like, listen, that's that caveman shit. That's that shit that y'all be saying that be making y'all sound real stupid. But you ain't like, that's why I say y'all don't know other cultures. So when y'all say that shit, like, y'all need to really go check that shit out, man. Shout out to you, Anti-Gravity. Like I said, this is why a lot of people rather work with me and they don't work with a lot of y'all corny asses right now, man. Because y'all say dumb shit.
And the same dudes that's talking shit in the chat will probably be trying to beg one of us to be on their channel. So
that's, like I said, man. I fucks with a good bit of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I work with y'all. I see y'all also ask for me to have some of my people from my panel. We do not mind working with y'all, but understand this: we do for the most part of it. I can tell you right now, we do talk about a lot of the shit. We do not take no pictures of y'all shit. We do not actually go back and tell everybody. The most thing and you know the thing about it, the most thing I ask my people when they're on y'all shows, are y'all okay? Did they offend y'all? Well, do you feel comfortable going back? I ask, do I not ask you that, Nikki? Do I not ask you that
Yeah.
like it? Do I not that because I care about my people like that. And if they don't care about that shit, then they don't come back. They will not come back. They will not. I will not have them come back to y'all niggas. Like no, we're not on that. We're not on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of shit that I'm on. I'll stay like that. You know what I'm saying? I already got niggas calling me a set, but I talk about rape and abuse in the home. I don't understand. But the funny thing about it is more black boys are getting raped and abused more than anything nowadays, but we're not supposed to talk about that part. But
And they're being abused by men in the home the same men that you're supposed to be submitting to. We don't want to talk about that though.
so
That's a conversation we ain't ready for, obviously.
that will be a conversation for another day. We will knock it out. We'll knock it out.
They ain't
But
trying
don't
to. I'm
worry.
sure you get thumbs down on that conversation though.
I will. I will. I will.
Because they don't want to
I
hear
will.
that.
I will. I will. But other than that, you guys, anything we want to say before we wrap it up?
Nope.
Before we go home?
Joe, I was gonna say, like all those things you talk about at the end, like the events of like the LG,
The LGBT?
no, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh, we could, like so that way, like when you're listening, I could put it like in your like either community or add it, so that way, so because people don't, that way you have a quick reference, so if someone wants to see your topic, especially if it's an upcoming topic, we could list it in like a community section or under the like about on your homepage, so that way when you're posting it, it'll show up under like on your screen. You can just point to it, so that way at least they have a reference,
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. Go
Or
ahead
we
and
can
do
add like the
that.
events you talk about. That way they can already get notified when you're gonna come on without even being there. Whatever station they're on, they can get notified.
Real quick before you go, anti-gravity. He just did a super chat. Thank you. I don't know if Joe was twerking tonight, but
I was trying. I'm like my laptop. My laptop is right
yeah.
now down.
But he
I
said
can't see
when he
everything.
wants to do a live stream. You mean on Joe's channel, anti, or on? I don't know if you have a channel. He put me, Gene, and Nicole to do a live stream. And I
Sure.
said send a topic. Yeah, just send a topic. Anti-gravity. I don't know if you meant on this channel or I don't know if you have a channel, but that's fine.
Like I
You
said,
cool with me?
Thank you.
like I said, for the most part, right now we're on. Like I said, um, for the most part, we are on BMT. We're back. We're all back on BMT right now. We're all back on here. Only time we go over to the secondary network is when another channel is down. Granted, like I said, I encourage a lot of y'all to help y'all get y'all channels up. I encourage a lot of y'all to get y'all channels up. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop. I mean, I love what I do. This is a hobby for me. My money that I get for BNT goes towards children and other shit that's needed in the community. That's what I don't even pocket the money. Granted, I use whatever money I can get and I give it towards my people so that way they can use it to help them because they help me get the topics out. So, right. And Jay will tell you that I will cash app and support my people.
Don't
I told
forget, we're
Mobu,
planning Washington soon, Joe. So that's
right.
another place your money's going to.
Yep. So, and to be fair, I literally even told Mobu, and Mobu will tell you right now, I literally talked about, if I got to, let me know. I will give you gas so that way you can go interview people on the street. When y'all motherfuckers start doing that for y'all people, let me fucking know.
Well, I had fun. I
I
kind of
know.
missed. I kind of missed
I
the
missed you.
stupidity arguments.
I missed you too. You looking all
Oh,
good. Maurice, you looking all good over there. You looking, like you lost a couple pounds, and
Well, I appreciate it. I've been through a couple of things in the late of my life, but I'm still trying to keep it straight. Still trying to keep life straight.
Also, hey, you guys, just to we want to dwarf and shit on the dislikes. Please like the video. I mean, we already did a great job with 22 likes. We already know who the 4 dislikes are.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and dwarf that. If you want to donate, you can super chat and cash app us. That gets to us a lot quicker. So that way, like I said, school's coming up. July's already ended. I took the last money that I got from the last time. I took that, gave that to some kids so that way they can go to the water park for the summer rather than be home.
That's what's up.
Also, but we got a lot of kids who don't get to go nowhere in the summer. So we took that money and put it towards that. The next donations, they were going to 3 families, because right now, and Nikki can tell you, we got a lot of families, even 2-parent households, who are struggling right now in this economy.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are needing help with schools coming up, and that's a big dread for a lot of people, because they're like, yo, I can't afford shoes, I can't afford clothes, I can't afford backpacks. So I don't disclose the people because of their privacy. That's a big thing, especially out here in the internet. We don't show people's live. I'm very private about that. But we do help out families with, going to school. A lot of these people are very thankful. And that's my next goal, is to help 3 families with their kids going to school with shoes, backpacks, and supplies. And also to make sure that they got they can get signed up for free lunch programs. So that's literally what we try to do before school starts. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do.
Where do you find these families? And maybe they can come up with the wish list, because I know my kids get so much crap, and I usually just re-gift them when my kids. Well, I do make it mandatory that people bring a gift to their parties. Maybe that's why, but I just re-gift. I re-gift it all. So, I mean, I think, and if they had like a wish list, at least, especially school supplies and stuff like that, at least there's people would know what to give, because some people don't have money to give. But if your kid has extra and it's new, like I know some of my kids, it's easy to give.
No, it is. The way how we find these families, a lot of these families actually sign up for like programs. Like, you have to sign up for programs before the school year, like to get your kids in school for and also for free lunch. Also, they have free lunch programs in the South, and that's how it was. Believe it, a lot of kids, the only way how most of them get their meals is from school. When their parents, so you got to understand, that's where they're getting their breakfast and their lunch. So what a lot of people in our communities have been doing is we've been putting our money together. We take them to the church and they get breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And we let the kids stay there at the church and play and try to take their mind from getting in trouble, going out there and stealing and getting all kind of stuff. I believe me and Nikki, we're supposed to be doing a show talking about these type of functions, right, Nikki? These are things that literally are people, they can't help their predicament. They're just stuck in these types of predicaments. And they're like, when you get desperate and your belly gets hungry, you'll be surprised what you will do just to have some food. Like, these people aren't trying to steal. And granted, like I said, I didn't even talk about the police video where the little girl walked out with $1.
Oh, I remember that.
Toy.
A doll. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a doll.
Oh, did you know they found out that she really didn't? There was no doll. That was just something they said.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Right.
She was innocent. Yeah, she never took
sounds about
anything.
right.
I followed up with
sounds
the
about
family.
right.
She didn't take anything, not at all. And even the police department said they did. They said that they didn't like how she cooperated. That was the real problem.
Oh.
The mom didn't allow her daughter to be searched or the family, the little baby, and they couldn't handcuff her. So that's why they said that she stole something, but she didn't.
Right. I'm sorry, but I'm not putting my baby that is only doggone I'm not putting my baby that's only 1 or 2 years old on the fucking concrete. You can kick my black ass and you might as well get ready. Like we're just gonna have to go. We're just gonna have to eat that because that shit's just not going down like that. Like so,
I agree.
I'm not putting my baby down. Who puts their baby down on black asphalt? Like, see, that's that stupid shit.
That's why you got to be aware. Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
All right.
Jay Slickum.
Shout out to Shout out to you, Jay Slickum. Thank you for the $10 donation. Much appreciated. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. Damn, I was gonna talk about Ma, that crazy psycho movie, but damn it, I'll do that another time.
We can do that another day.
Yeah,
we'll do that another day. Yeah. But other than that, we thank y'all for the donation. We just wanted to do that. We just want to let y'all know what is our future for BMT and a lot of our stuff. If you would like to work with us or do shows with us, our network affiliated YouTube channels is Cutie Pie or Nikki D. Also, we also have Nicole Diaz. We also have Man of Tomorrow. Jay, Mobu, and Lycan can all be found on BMT. So I get y'all keep asking them what channel they're on. They are all part of BMT. I know. We're really big. Mimi can be found on BMT. Nicole, she has Nicole Diaz. She does editing for YouTube. If you would like to contact her, whatever her prices are for you, motherfuckers, don't negotiate. The price is the price. But if she listen,
we don't do hookups over here.
We don't do hookups over here.
Hey guys, I'm looking before y'all go. I gotta read this to y'all. Listen to Jay. No child should receive a plate before the man of the house.
Oh,
Get the fuck out of here!
I agree with that. That's my philosophy as well.
Like,
get the fuck out of here!
Okay,
that's another conversation. The show is
this Afro.
Only thing I'm saying is this. For me as a man, I'm not gonna lie. My kids I always serve my kids. I just do because I let them eat first before me. Like they're usually getting their place first. Usually they eat that's just me. Maybe I'm some type of hybrid generation freak or some shit, but that's just me. So I don't know how other men are doing it. I'm not here to judge y'all. Y'all do y'all. But that's just how I do things. A lot of men in other cultures, they are very protective of their kids. So
yeah,
what y'all
we serve our dads first. I mean, our husbands first. Our husbands.
Right, and I get that, but I have a Portuguese side of the family. They serve the men. They literally will serve the men first. I don't like it. I don't like watching my kids stare at me like a refugee kid. Like
I know, right? That's why I feed the kids first every time.
Well, the guy is the one that tell us to do it. Like, so we'll offer our husbands, but the husband could say, "Hey, feed the kids." That's usually what happens.
Right, and see, that's the thing about it. See, that's why I try to tell y'all when y'all ask about these cultures and stuff. I literally move interchangeable in these cultures, but my family's pretty big, and majority of the time with the Latin family, I watch as a lot of them. They're like, nah, feed my kid first. Like my kid needs to eat. Mm-hmm. They'll feed, and hell, they'll even do it where the kid is literally sitting on the father's lap eating off of his plate. So
right, and that's typically too because the kids get settled and quiet, and then you could go and get your shit in peace.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Nobody wants a little kid always staring you down, and that's what little kids do. They will look at the biggest person and say like, "Yo, you're eating, but I'm not eating, so I'm eating off of you until somebody gets to me." So I'm just letting you know how it's always been. And also, fun fact: if you want to actually look up the Geechee Gullah, which is my people, I will do a talk on that show. our community and our people are actually based on a guess what? A matriarchy. We actually have a chiefess who is actually our leader. Um, we actually have a whole council of older
Wait,
people.
Joe, what was that word you used again? Matrix.
Matriarchy.
Matriarchy.
Ooh, they hate that word, Joe.
Yes, and actually to be
I
for
was
real,
shocked to meet that lady. Yeah.
and to be for real, she actually helped us get a form of reparations. So I just want you to understand, and that's not big news. So when a lot of you dudes, if you want to go study it up, go look up the Geechee Go. Google Queen Quet. Quet. You will literally find her. You will literally find her. I'm telling you right now. She know we it literally is we are based on a matriarchal system. Literally, I can't make it up. Granted, we can have a chief, but right now we're on a matriarchal system. Right now, it's working. I can't complain. She's pretty fair. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. So I'm saying I don't want to burst anybody's bubbles about Wakanda, but yeah, it's pretty matriarchal.
Yep. All right. On that note,
On that note, we're done.
say goodbye, Jay.
Goodbye, Joe. All right, guys, we're done. We'll see you guys later. Everybody, say goodbye. Like and
Bye,
back.
y'all.
Later.
Always fucking down and broke. So, but we're gonna say goodbye for liking, and thank you guys. Peace.